Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL HQ for the Town Hall 12 live update. This is going to be fantastic. You're wondering who I am. I'm Lee Man Smith, and of course, I'm going to be joining you throughout this. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from two experts of Clash of Clans. And of course, starting off, we're going to be having Klaus Gaming. You know him, you love him. Welcome, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me. It is time to have a good time, if you know what I mean.
Joining him, of course, is going to be Woody to try and keep him in check throughout the day.
Howdy, guys. Clash of Clans has never seen an update like this before.
I've never seen so much American either. But, yeah, let's talk about the update to begin with, of course. This is all about Town Hall 12. We've seen the patch. We've seen the community manager giving us the spiel. But you guys have had hands-on experience. How do you feel?
Town Hall 12 is huge. I mean, the update is absolutely massive, guys. We're having a new troop. We're having a brand new troop type in the siege machines. And we have new levels of everything. I mean, like, we have never seen an update this big in Clash of Clans since Clash of Clans was released.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been years, right, since Town Hall 11 came out. Finally, we have 12, and it brings us some awesome things. The Electro Dragon, a Giga Tesla, 2 awesome siege machines. I can't wait to see these battles in action.
And, of course, you're not going to be listening to us just talking about it. We're going to be showing you the action in real time, in real life, all live happening behind us. It is going to be a 5v5 battle between a bunch of YouTubers that are, you're going to know these faces. You're going to know who exactly you're up against. And they are going to have something to give away at the end of this.
Absolutely right, guys. So for the winners of this war, again, 5v5 players from all over the world, the winners are going to take home 100,000 gems apiece. And no, that's not to gem their walls, ladies and gentlemen. That is for you. That is for the viewers. That is for their subscribers, their followers. So be sure and give all of them a follow down below. And also remember, the people that don't win are still going to get gems, which is very unusual.
But
Cool.
Woody, that's not all.
Oh, what's that?
You're getting gems as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, 50,000 gems for each of the players on the losing team. And Klaus and I will get to share 75,000 gems apiece.
Ooh.
So some nice to send to the folks at home. Make sure to follow them all on the social medias, whatever channel they're on, to get more news on that.
Yeah, so it's going to be fantastic stuff. So let's meet the team. Starting off, it's the Blue Dragons.
정말 클래시 오브 클랜에 있는 마을을 잘 표현해 놓은 것 같고 또한 13레벨의 그 색깔과 잘 표현을 해 놓은 것 같습니다.
I expect from the event that we will see a lot of cool attacks, and I think the most exciting point about the update is that there's so much changing, there's so much new things to discover.
A lot of growth that's going to come, but I think it's going to be very exciting times to see everything working up and moving towards a different goal.
The update is absolutely necessary for our community, and I'm very excited.
What I like the most of the update, I think, is the Electro Dragon. I think it's super cool, the image and the animation.
I'm really hyped for facing the opponents face to face.
I'm super excited. I know I'm going to be on Team Itsu, and I think we're coming home with a win today.
I think we will face the red team, and hopefully we'll win them.
I expect that my team is going to kick some butt.
우리 팀에는 이추가 있고 또한 300만 구독자를 가지고 있는 알바로도 있고 또 든든한 클래시 랜드 또한 미녀 레이드비가 있고 또 제가 있습니다. 그렇기 때문에 모든 갖출 것은 갖췄습니다. 이제 전쟁만 하면 됩니다.
So, welcome to the War Room, ladies and gentlemen, of the Blue Dragons. Joining me for this is obviously the whole team, but we're going to be talking to Itsu and Lady B here. Itsu, you're the team captain. You're going to be the Town Hall 12 man and the master. A lot of people know exactly what you're all about. So how are you going to surprise people, and what are you looking forward to using here?
I try to surprise people with using the new troops, the new mechanics in the game, and hopefully we see some truffles.
Okay, so you're well known for experimental defenses, trying all sorts of things. You've had your hands on this. I watch you downstairs. I can see there's 2 iPads in your hand right now. You've been practicing hard for this. Anything special you got sorted out?
Hopefully, maybe you will see it on the live stream. So just cross the fingers.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see it. Now, Lady B, unfortunately, you are Town Hall 10 in this battle, which is a challenge in itself, right?
It is. I'm kind of here. I
really don't want to let the team down. I'm going to be the only 10 there. I don't want my guys to have to dip. So the pressure's on me for that.
And anything special? You're going to be just scouting? You're going to be getting gifts from these guys?
I'm going to do a little scouting, but I'm also going to go 10v10 as well. And yes, I am going to get a very nice gift from them. I get to use the Siege machine, and that's all new territory for Town Hall 10. It's going to be super exciting. I think everyone will be pumped to see it in action for 10.
All right, well, best of luck, guys. Let's see what their opposition is. Of course, it's the Red Balloons.
やっぱりタウンホール12っていう大型アップデートがやってきたんで、これによってさらにユーザーが注目するようなそういったねイベントもゲームになってほしいなって思います。
The update is very, very big, and I think the siege machines and new troops, the electric dragons, are very, very special.
Different compositions, more life to a lot of players that are in war. I'm just expecting a lot of change, and people can learn from while they're watching the stream.
たくさんのいろんな施設のレベルが追加されたので、やっぱりこう村の育成、これがねすごい楽しみだなって思いますね。
For Italian people, this is an incredible update. I've been waiting for the Town Hall 12 for so long. It's going to revolutionize the game. Look, I'm so happy.
I think the setup is wonderful, and I would like to play every war in such setup.
The team setup, we do have some really cool players, really strong names in the tournament.
I hope I will see a wonderful and fascinating event.
And welcome to the War Room, ladies and gentlemen, of the Red Balloons. I'm joined by the team here. They're going to take on the Blue Dragons. It's going to be tough. Keisuke, you're all the way from Japan for this one. How excited are you for Town Hall 12?
I'm very exciting. Okay, look. I love Crush of Gold. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you, yes.
Very excited about it. What are you excited about, particularly with the new units?
I love Giga Tesla. Yes, very. Okay. Look. Subscribe me my channel. Okay. So, sorry.
Okay, so the Giga Tesla, of course, that's the Town Hall 12. He's going to be the Town Hall 12, but Godson, you're going to be Town Hall 10. We just heard from Lady B. How is it going to be for you as a Town Hall 10 player up against these 11s and 12s?
Well, you know, the Town Hall 10s are getting wrecked. Just the Electric Dragons are just so strong, but I'm confident that our team is really good and we're going to have a good war. So I'm just looking to help out my team, that's all.
Is there anything in particular that you're going to be able to do? Obviously, you're going to be getting gifted from these guys to try and help with some siege engines, maybe?
Yeah, you know, I think my role is just to be a scout, just to help them out and find out where the traps are. As a Town Hall 10 is like the new Town Hall 9. So, you know, just doing what I can as a Town Hall. But I think I can 3-star this with the base that I'm going up against.
Ooh, 3-star. We'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Red Balloons. Let's get down to the commentators to get the games underway.
Thanks very much, D-Man. With Town Hall 12 dropping very soon, that means that this is actually going to be the very first Town Hall 12 war ever. I cannot wait to see which of these players is going to get the first 3-star on a Town Hall 12 base. What about you, Klaus?
That's right. It will be a world record, if you can say that. Absolutely a world record. There's players from all over the world here today. And the first 3-star we see will be the first ever. So I think that definitely deserves a subscribe on these wonderful people's channels already. But not only because you want the gems, but because they're amazing content creators. And today's battles are going to be absolutely insane, showcasing all of the new content.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great chance to learn what the best base layouts are going to be, what the best army compositions are going to be for attacking these new bases. These guys know better than anyone else because they've had their hands on the game for a couple of days to experiment, to try to figure out the best way to crack these bases, and to figure out the best way to make use of the new siege machines.
That's right. And speaking of siege machines, they are available for cooking or training up for those Town Hall 12s. But as you know, and as was spoken earlier before, there are Town Hall 10s and 11s also in this war. Why? Well, that's because the Town Hall 10s and 11s can request those siege machines in their clan castle. So we're going to be able to enjoy those. They're having a party in behind us. And on top of that, we're going to be able to enjoy the Electro Dragon coming available for Town Hall 11s.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're taking a look now at the center stage where the players are donning their headphones. They're powering up their devices, going to take a look at their villages and figure out which troops to create for their armies. Now, you can't just prep your entire war in the hours before. They might have had a chance to see these bases that they're going up against, but they're actually going to have to on the fly react to the scouting information that they're going to get from their fellow clanmates and try to develop the best armies possible to get as many stars as possible to win the war. Now, if they are tied on stars, how does that resolve?
A tiebreaker is won by the total percentages, the total destruction. So you will see these guys, if the attack falls just short of the 3-star, they're going to let the attack run out because one building in one attack among these 20 could make the difference between the win and the loss. So you're going to see these people, they're going to be very patient and they're not going to close out of the attack early.
Well, speaking of patient, I am not patient. I want to get into the matches. Let's go ahead and meet our very first player. His name is Itsu. He will be playing for the Blue Dragons. Itsu, we are very excited to have you here today. Who will you be attacking first?
Yeah, that's right. So we have Itsu. He is gearing up and ready. Of course, we're going to see a good attack from him first. But before we get into the attacks, we need to introduce everybody else. We have Ken over on the red team. Yeah, and the crowd goes wild. Got to love that. I can scarcely hear myself while they're cheering. It's amazing.
Ken's from China. Next up, we have Clashland from Brazil representing the Blue Dragons.
Oh, man. Yes, this crowd, there's not 1,000 of them, but, man, they sound loud. Next up, we have Keisuke. Keisuke hailing all the way from Japan, like I said. The crowd goes wild yet again. These guys are loved by this crew. Gotta love it.
They certainly are. Yeah, that's right. We're in the ESL headquarters, and they're giving lots of applause for our friends here today. Take a look at BM from Korea.
And the crowd quiets down as they prepare for the next person. And here we have on the screen, we have Arsenic from France. And, of course, these guys are going to be trying to lock down on the 3 stars in every case, in every situation. They're very excited to go at it.
Next up is Alvaro845 from Spain. An absolute superstar leader of Team Queso will be representing the Blue Dragons as a Town Hall 11 today.
That is right. And then, of course, over on the red team, Red Balloons, we have Fede from Italy. And a lot of love for the Italians here. A lot of love. Very exciting as well.
Absolutely. But back home from our home country of the USA, it's Lady B.
Birdie.
She'll be playing Town Hall 10 today for the Blue Dragons.
That's right, and coming in the 10th place, not because he's 10th, but because he's best, we have Godson! Godson clapping it up, clapping for himself. Of course, he deserves all the props he can get.
Town Hall 10 player for the Red Balloons. These two teams will be duking it out 5v5. Now, for those of you who are needing a little refresher, each player gets 2 attacks to use on bases that their opponents have constructed for this war in specific, but they'll have access to all the new troops. Well, the 2 new siege machines and the new troop, the Electro Dragon. They'll also have access to higher level troops and a newly balanced set of buildings and troops that have caused a little bit of a stir in the competitive community. What's one of the big changes that you've seen so far?
There's intense changes. I mean, buffs and nerfs to every troop, obviously new levels for every troop as well. We're seeing a better, what I'm most excited about is the improved miner in the speed. But why are we talking about it, Woody? Let's just get straight into the action. Let's have a chat with Itsu.
Sounds good.
Itsu, who are you going to be attacking today?
I will go first for Keisuke.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in that.
I think he saw a little bit of showboating maybe from Keisuke. He liked the style pulling out his I love COC from his jacket there. So he's going to take him down a notch maybe. Itsu is known for being an amazing base builder, but also a very strategic attacker. He'll be using a Town Hall 12 attack against another Town Hall 12 base.
Absolutely. We have the first ever Town Hall 12 attack to be seen public on stream, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. And you can see Keisuke, he is taunting right now. He is ready. He is excited to be attacked by the one and only Itsu. The attack is going to be, well, I think legendary. The first Town Hall 12 attack
I certainly think
that we've ever seen.
Yeah, Keisuke not short on confidence by any means, egging his opponent on. Can you get the job done? Itsu will look to try to get that Town Hall. That's the big blue building, kind of at the 3 o'clock position in the center of the base, and to destroy that, that'll get him 1 star. He'll get another star if he manages to destroy 50% of this base, and then the third and final star is earned if he gets 100% destruction. That's the goal, but even if he doesn't make it all the way there, we'll make sure to keep track of the destruction and figure out which team wins in the end.
That's right. Like we said earlier, a tiebreaker is decided by the total percentage if the stars are the same. But as you can see, we have 2 brand new features in the game right now. The Battle Blimp, which just erupted, and of course a line of these lightning electro dragons, nice and blue. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice that those electro dragons, their lightning damage, their chain lightning damage hits not 1, not 2, but 5 buildings at once. It is it's a thing to behold.
It certainly is. So much damage and also so many hit points on them. I don't even know if I've seen a single one go down yet. They are just sweeping through this base, causing massive destruction everywhere they go. But when they do go down, you'll notice that lightning spell effect. That is triggered by the death of the Electro Dragon.
That's right, that electrodratic death damage. And oh, look at that, Itsu throwing down lightning spells, trying to destroy that Town Hall. There is like half
those were the Electro Dragons dying, right?
I was distracted looking at you. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, so when the Electro Dragon dies, that was so close, almost grabbing that Town Hall, but now it's coming down to the last few buildings. And of course, you want to remember that Queen still has her ability, and it was she was saved by the ability from the Inferno Tower.
Oh my goodness. What a clean sweep. 4 Electro Dragons still alive, a couple of balloons, and both of the heroes still down there at the bottom to provide some more cover. Well played to Itsu.
Oh boy, now that attack that had a lot of shock and awe in that attack, I think. Itsu really brought it, and I was electrified by it. How about you?
Oh, I certainly was too. Yeah, 3 stars, 100%. That is exactly what the Blue Dragons wanted to start off with, and I gotta say, Itsu must be very proud with his performance there. Was there anything that you could have done to improve that attack?
No. Well, there's always ways to improve everything, but the results speak for themselves. He got the 3-star. That's what he was wanting. And I say we kick over to Itsu and see what he is, see how he feels about the attack. See if he thinks he could have made any improvements.
That's a great idea. Why don't we go ahead and Itsu over on the Blue Dragons team. Itsu, how did that attack go? Are you satisfied with yourself?
I was a little bit nervous in the beginning when the dragons circuit the Town Hall, because normally you want to get rid of the Town Hall really early, especially on Town Hall 12 with the Giga Tesla. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking, but after that, I saw how many dragons are actually still alive, and yeah.
They are just so powerful. Were you really impressed with the Battle Blimp there early on? It got to deliver one of your Lava Hounds closer to the battle, too.
I feel like they're really strong because they can trigger a couple of Black Mines already, and especially on arrow attacks, that's really nice. So after that, they tanked, I think, 1 or 2 air defenses and the single Inferno Tower, so that's really nice for dragon attacks, especially since the single Inferno Towers are a huge counter for that.
Well, very well done. I know that we can't wait to get started with the next attack. Klaus, what do you have to say about that last one?
Well, like Itsu said, the use of the Battle Blimp, absorbing some of those black seeking air mines, those things are death for the dragons, death for anything that flies, by the way. And so the fact that Battle Blimp was able to absorb some of those traps to keep his dragons alive, to carry him through the attack, obviously it went exactly the way Itsu was wanting. And now Blue Dragons are up 3-0.
They are up, but they've used one of their attacks, and it's up to the red balloons to try to turn things around right now. I have a feeling that we're going to have another big, heavy Town Hall 12 hit coming in soon. See if we can return fire and get things tied up here. What do you think is up next?
Well, I believe it is Ken that is up next at Town Hall 12, kind of the team captain of Team Red Balloon. So, Ken, who will you be attacking?
I'm going to Clashland.
Clash Land.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, best of luck to you for attacking, trying to get that 3-star.
Attacking the Brazilian Town Hall 12 setup over here. Clashland has got a really strong base. I'm curious to see if Ken can crack it. Now, Ken is really well known in the Chinese community for being an amazing Clash of Clans attacker. He's built some really interesting armies during our practice runs, and I'm interested to see how it goes in the real live event now.
Absolutely, and we saw Ken in practice. I mean, we were involved in their practice, just kind of having fun. And Ken was throwing around some hog riders, and we have yet to see any hog riders. So I'm kind of excited to see what attack strategy he actually throws down in this attack. Of course, it depends all on the base, and it looks like, oh, we guessed it, Ken is bringing the Clash, the hog riders, and I'm so stoked to see these things in action. One of my favorite troops in the game.
Keeping things a bit more grounded here, I like it. He's got the hog riders, a few bowlers, even some giants to soak some damage. But the thing I'm really looking forward to is, oh yeah, right at that left side, we've got the wall wrecker coming on in. 2 hits even destroys those super high level walls.
That's right, and I believe it's actually 2 hits for the max Town Hall 12 walls as well. And it is just an absolute monster. It goes directly toward that Town Hall, no matter where it's deployed, whether there's a wall in the way or a defense in the way. It doesn't matter. That thing goes straight for it.
Lots of damage. Takes out that Town Hall early, but Ken is looking to try to get the 3-star here, and that's a very big, well-developed base. But there go the Hog Riders up on the top. The calls echoing throughout the map. We've got about 30 of them getting healed up now. What's going on, Klaus? Are they going to be able to make it to the bottom Inferno Tower?
You know, he's got 4 heal spells. Well, now he only has 2, but he's already deployed 2. He's got 2 left. 4 heal spells left, and that is the key for these Hog Riders. Keeping them alive is those heal spells. He's also got a Queen with the Queen ability. So at this point, I'd say he's looking pretty good. Very, very nice heal spell right there, by the way. That was beautiful. Healing up in the face of that giant bomb. He's only got a few defenses left, and again, that Queen, that Queen is, she's struggling right now. Can't she get that double cannon?
Oh, man.
In the last second.
Giant bombs and bomb towers are very difficult for the Hog Rider to be able to make it through. But once they finally clear out the last defense, which they've just done, they'll start turning those hammers onto the skeletons, finishing those off, and they'll have an easy ride through the rest of the base. And look at the Queen. She actually survives. A level 60 Archer Queen has just enough hit points to survive that entire base layout, and she'll help out a lot in the cleanup process. Looks like Ken is well on his way to a 3-star hit.
That's right. It looks like Ken is sitting on about 8-ish Hog Riders, which is a very nice ending to a hog attack. His Queen looks like all you have to do is kind of like look at her wrong and she would die because she has no health left. And all there is left is, they're going to go for this king. Who's going to win the battle? 8 hogs or a single level 60 king? This is not looking good. It looks like
he's smashing them, but the buildings are finished.
It didn't matter. The buildings went down, and that's the 3-star for Ken.
Top 10 enemy betrayals of 2018. The Barbarian King failing to protect the buildings. Doesn't matter if he's standing up at the end. It's the buildings that count. Once they go down and there's no more left, it's 100% victory for Ken from the Red Balloons.
That's right, and that was an exciting ending. I was so focused on the Hog Riders trying to survive that everything else cleaned up all the buildings on the outside, and he ended up with a triple with the king standing. As Woody said there, he got the triple, so we actually have 2 Town Hall 12 triples in a row. First 2 attacks of this stream, and that's got to be a world record, right, for Town Hall 12 3-stars?
Certainly, yeah. That really speaks to the offensive capabilities of these players. I think it would be great if we could get in touch with Ken, though, to learn a little bit more about his strategies. Ken, would you please tell us about that last attack?
But that was... Hogs.
Ken, we're having a little trouble hearing you. Could you maybe move that microphone a little closer to your mouth?
Oh, sorry. Okay. I think a little bit lucky because I'm afraid that my Hog Rider will be killed by the skeleton. But I think lucky, and we hope that our luck will bring us to the trophy. Yeah.
It's 10% luck, but 90% work. You really put in a lot of effort on that one. Congratulations on that hit.
Microphone.
Yeah, very nicely done. So we had what he says was a bit of luck. What we say is a bit of skill. What do you guys think at home? Let us know in the chat there on the live stream or in the video comment section. And remember, we're celebrating the new Town Hall 12 update. We're here in Cologne, Germany at ESL headquarters, and there's almost 1 million gems on the line. Not for us or them, for you that are watching at home. So be sure and subscribe. All of the links are down below in the description.
Absolutely. Town Hall 12 is an update like no other. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are looking forward to giving you more attacks, more awesome bases to check out. And in that spirit, why don't we go ahead and talk to our next player? His name is Alvaro. We've got Alvaro here. Alvaro with the Blue Dragons. Tell us, who are you going to be attacking?
I think I'm going to attack my Italian friend Ferre and see what happens.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, best of luck to you, Alvaro. Best of luck to you, my man. Wow. Okay, well then there we go. We have some Town Hall 11 3-star attempts here. Alvaro being 11, hitting Fede, his Town Hall 11 compatriot on the other side of the war map. It's going to be a throwdown now. What can we think of or what can we look for that's new for all of the players out there who might not quite be ready to go to Town Hall 12, but may still be at Town Hall 11?
Yeah, it's a fair question. So at Town Hall 11, you'll get access to the new Electro Dragon. All you got to do is upgrade your barracks and you'll get it easy peasy. After that, you can also actually use the new siege machines. You just have to get one of your clanmates to donate it to your CC.
That's right. So that is a big, big change. With the siege machine, you're able to, for lack of a better term, Trojan horse your clan castle into the base, deploy them where you want. Obviously the wall wrecker wrecks walls. I mean, that's kind of its function. And then, of course, you have all the supporting troops in behind. And look at what Alvaro is coming at this base with: a Queen Walk and a Bow Witch. We have bowlers and witches.
Yes, absolutely. That's a big old ground-based assault here on the bottom right corner here. Trying to make their way onto the Eagle first. That's a big threat to this ground-based attack here. You want to keep your witches alive and in the back as much as possible. That lets them spawn those skeletons and get a few shots up. Now, there's going to be a balance change of these witches also. I noticed that they aren't spawning quite as few skeletons, but they hit quite hard with that main attack. Tell me what's going on in the center of the base, though, Klaus.
That's right. So he has his jump spells leading into the core. He is hoping to take out that final Inferno Tower. That king, unfortunately, goes down, and all the bowlers go the wrong direction. It's looking a little bit uncertain here.
Oh no!
Yeah, without that final. Oh, and that bomb was in the perfect position. Fede knew that those troops were going to be heading that direction. Unfortunately, even the Grand Warden dies. If he cannot get this Inferno down, you can probably count this one out.
Well, it isn't going to be a 3-star, it looks like. But so far, he's done a good job taking out this Town Hall in the bottom left corner. Alvaro with the 2-star so far, and he still has a Queen Walk that's going to get a little bit more percentage over here.
That's right, and of course, we don't want to forget the one lowly minion out here. That is going to collect a percentage for us. And remember that every single building and every single attack and every war matters. You do not want to close out of your attack early if you think you have failed. There is no such thing as a failure. All there is successes and scouts. And in this case, I think Alvaro is going to probably want to call this one the yeah, with that queen dying. Yeah, that minion probably won't get the 3-star for us.
Might not, but you know, it's going to get as many percentage points as it can, whittling away at that elixir storage over there on the right side. I just want to take a moment. Can you zoom out real quick and show us some of the newly upgraded buildings? Are there any to show off right now?
Yes, there is. Well, it's actually a new skin. It's actually not a new level. This is Town Hall 11. The 11 is not getting any new levels, but what 11 is getting is a few changes to the graphics. Of course, we have the new Archer Tower with the green banners hanging off each of the sides there, and of course, the
healers too. Take a look at the healers real quick.
The healers are. Oh, I didn't even. Okay.
A beautiful blue dress right before she goes down.
Never mind. We don't want to. Poor healer. All right. So, and look at that. I don't know if that minion's going to be able to pull that one off.
Oh, he wants some more gold. He's hungry for the gold. Is that a minion or a goblin? I can't quite tell.
It's definitely one or the other for sure. So with the 79% 2-star, Alvaro, I just don't know if you're going to get that 80%, my man. But you can ride this one out if you'd like to. One thing I do want to mention is the wall wrecker going through the base, even though the Town Hall was on the outside. We'll look at that again later, but it's just a very, very interesting game mechanic to mention.
Sure is. Does a ton of damage to those walls. Well played to Alvaro. Got that 79% 2-star. Very solid attack. Might provide some inspiration to his fellow Town Hall 11 players on his team to try to maybe get that third one later on. Well played to Ferry, though. He's happy about his defense there, giving a little fist pump into the air.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always a victory for somebody in the studio, whether it's the attacker or the defender. And again, there is never a real fail. Again, you've got teammates, you've got clanmates, so you can say, hey, this would have went perfect had I done this differently. And then your teammate can pull out the 3-star. So again, there's no such thing as a failure. There's scouts and there's successes. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be able to pull out the 3-star later on.
I think you've got a good point that you've made there, Klaus. But why don't we go ahead over to the Blue Dragon side? Alvaro's got something to say about that last game. Alvaro, what do you think went right? What do you think went wrong?
I think just the bowlers just spread too much in the core of the base, so they didn't make it to the last Inferno Tower, and that was the end for me.
It might have stopped your Archer Queen walk a little bit short, but you did get the 2-star. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, and a good percentage as well, but hopefully one of my guys can clean the base and get the 3rd star.
Absolutely. Well, there's no shame in that. And absolutely, he's got the right thing. I keep pressing that team effort. And it's even more advantageous that they're in the studio together because they can literally just go, hey, do this differently. And it's right there as opposed to using the clan chat. But let's have an overview here, Woody. It is 3-5 Red Balloons at a deficit of 2 stars versus Blue Dragons. And Red Balloons has only used 1 attack, so they have a chance of pulling ahead here and the score actually being 6-5. Very, very exciting. It's staying pretty close at this point.
Yeah, quite close. We're going to see if the content creators out here on the Red Balloon side can keep up the momentum that Itsu was able to get started for them there. A 3-5 score so far. It's hard to say this early in the game who's ahead, but remember, the winner is going to be able to go home with 100,000 gems for each member of their team. Losers get 50,000, but you gotta be on the winning side on this point if you want to get all the gems at your disposal.
Absolutely. And of course, remember, those gems are not for them. They're for the audience. So be sure and subscribe in the links down below in the video description. Now, let's have a chat with Arsenic. Arsenic will be the next attacker. Arsenic, who will be your victim?
I'm going to attack Alvaro.
Alvaro. Excellent. All right. Well, best of luck to you, sir.
Interesting. He sees Alvaro's attack and he says, you know what? I think if that's how he attacks, how is he going to defend? Is he going to be able to hold up for the 3-star, or is he going to get cracked? I'm interested to see if he winds up using a different style of attack, though. We saw a Town Hall 11 attack there, making use of the new Siege machine. What do you think could be opened up in terms of possibility for an Electro Dragon attack from a Town Hall 11?
A Town Hall 11 can train, yet again, the Electro Dragons, even though it is the new troop and the new Town Hall is Town Hall 12. The Town Hall 11s are gaining access to the Electro Dragons. So you could see, just like traditional Town Hall 7 mass dragon attacks, where you just kind of want to funnel the corners with maybe one Electro Dragon on each side and then throw in the rest of your dragons and try to do that core dive. That is essentially what you're going to be looking for with these dragons. But there's also other ways to 3-star base. And as you can see, Arsenic sitting on this base, he has, look at that, 28 balloons, Woody. He's not messing around with these balloons.
No, he is not. That is going to be a massive aerial raid. You know, it really does bring me back to those Town Hall 7 days. I remember playing Mass Dragons back at that point. It's good to see the Dragons back in action, but not this time. It's going to be a Lava Loonian attack right now. We've got 2 Hounds, 28 balloons, and a few minions to help clean up there at the end. Dealing damage to this Inferno Tower is going to be important, though. Otherwise, it might be able to burn all the way through one of these heavy hitters.
Well, one thing that I have caught onto with the really talented air attackers in war is you will actually see
this queen.
Wait. Oh, the queen!
She goes down too early.
Oh, that was very unfortunate. Oh, I know Arsenic is feeling that one. But it looks like everything else, at this point, everything else is still going according to plan. The attack is not over with yet.
Okay, all right. So where are these Lava Hounds going? I see them up at the top now.
Well, Lava Hounds, obviously, they hang out around an air defense. Okay. But notice that his ground kill squad freed up direct access to that Inferno Tower. So what he was able to do, and should still continue doing, is deploying those balloons directly at that Inferno Tower to take it out. Now,
I think did it, though. It's still up. It's still burning out everything that it can.
Oh, yes. You know what? Sometimes you just put one less balloon than you should. And in that situation, you might as well just keep on rolling. Arsenic knows that the only way to get a 3-star now is to have everything, come together. These balloons, these bowlers, everything come together and kind of hope. I mean, that sometimes it comes down to that.
Gotta hope and pray, man. It was like not even a balloon short of tearing it down. It was like a single lava pup getting one shot that he missed. Kept that right side Inferno Tower up, and there's no hope now for the remainder of this attack out the left lane. Looks like a Baby Dragon going to get a few more percentage points here. 70% overall damage, and I don't know if these minions are going to be able to get much work done. With the Eagle Artillery still up, it's got a really long range, and it looks like they'll be the next target.
That's right, yeah. Oh, it looks like this minion that's about to take out the Collector gets the percentage. That's 71%. And now this minion will be the, I would say the scapegoat.
Right.
Yeah, it's completely destroyed. But this, I think this group, yep, there goes the storage. Again, every percentage matters.
Oh, no, Archer! What are you doing?
Why would you go for the storage?
God, she's just barely out of that range.
How did she survive that?
Yeah, she's just like barely at the edge of that crater, but she should have targeted the Collector instead. What are you doing, girl?
Oh,
goes for the storage and she'll be finished off. 72% though, not too shabby for Arsenic.
Rebellious. Well, there we go. We have the 2-star for Arsenic, 72%, and that actually coincidentally ties up this war 5-5.
Ah, interesting. All right, so it's a 5-5 draw now. Arsenic gets the 2-star for 72%, but Alvaro managed to get 79%, so that's a little bit of a lead for the Blue Dragons.
Absolutely. Again, every percentage point matters. So at this current point, if the war ended, because the Blue Dragons had the higher percentage attack, they would win the war, even though the stars are tied up 5-5. But there's a lot more attacks to come, ladies and gentlemen. There are 16 more attacks coming from these amazing YouTubers and content creators from around the world, and there is a lot more to come. I believe the next attack will be coming from a Town Hall 10. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct. Over on the Blue Dragon side, we're going to give them a chance to return fire now. Down in the Town Hall 10 section, a fellow American, Lady B, how are you doing? And who are you attacking first?
I'm going to do a scout on Ken.
A scout attack on Ken. So Ken is actually a Town Hall 12. What are you going to try to learn from this attack?
Just find out some trap locations, see where everything's going to go. Find out CC, the traps, because I'm going in with the Lalo. Air traps are valuable. Uncharted terrain.
Yeah, we were able to hear most of that. Just get your mic a little bit closer to your mouth maybe next time. But we did hear, yeah, air traps are very important, especially at defending those big aerial invasions. Let's see what you do.
Well, we have the Electro Dragon. That's huge. That's huge right now. But of course, this is the Town Hall 10. Town Hall 10s do not have mass access to the Electro Dragon. They only have them in the clan castle, but they still have that siege machine. You either have the Wall Wrecker or you have the Battle Blimp, and that's all new content, even for Town Hall 10s to enjoy for those of you at home. And of course, we don't want to forget that this is our very first Town Hall 10 3-star attempt on this base, I'm sorry, Town Hall 12 scout attack. Lost track of thought there for a second, Woody.
Yep, they're trying to get their best hit on Ken to see all that they can see about this base. Why don't we go ahead and look at it? Ken's actually got a very interesting base layout with an Inferno Tower right next to the Town Hall there in the bottom corridor. We've also got another Inferno Tower to the left side matched up right next to 2 heroes. So 2 big core defensive areas to get to. But Lady B's going in the top right corner first.
That's right. So she is going for that clan castle, trying to get that clan castle out, figure out what it is so that her clanmates can check it out and say, okay, that's what's in there. This is what I need to do to prepare for that. Looks like it is actually the Lava Hound and a Baby Dragon, indicative of that new clan castle level, able to accept and hold 40 housing space of troops.
Very nice. Okay, well, getting that Lava Hound out means that the rest of her teammates will know a little bit more about what they're going to be going up against. Very important also to try to find as many of the Teslas as you can. Those only pop up whenever a troop gets close to them, so you kind of got to move around the rest of the base as best you can to find out where they're positioned. Any traps like giant bombs or spring traps are definitely good to find. Oh, there's a giant bomb right there next to the Queen.
Yeah, good. There. Excellent use of the Queen. Probably not on purpose, but yes, they found, she found that giant bomb. But notice also there is still a Hound and 16 balloons in which she has already deployed. And ooh, looks like she found a Tesla, an air bomb, another Tesla, a Seeking Air Mine, another Tesla.
Oh my
God. The greatest 4 Teslas, 5 Teslas, all with this ending part of the attack. Look at that. No, it might not be things exploding, but that is still very, very exciting for her clanmates to know where those traps are.
Jackpot. Absolutely. Finds a lot of defenses down there in the bottom corner of that base. Might be tough to actually even get to that town hall for their next attacker, but knowing where those Teslas are is very helpful to them. And since they're on the outside of the base, they might actually be pretty easy to get for an attacker who knows that they're there already.
Absolutely. So you're probably going to see some form of either a balloon onslaught to destroy all those Teslas, or you might have somebody who's very good with the Queen Walk, the Queen Healer combination to just kind of sweep through all those. Of course, you have to be very careful because the Queen Walk and that single targeting Inferno, which is now frozen with the new buffed freeze spell, it's a bad combination. You do not want to mix the Inferno Tower and that Queen Walk.
So that freeze spell, you said it got buffed, but it looks like it didn't last quite as long. What's going on there?
Well, it's kind of a buff nerf. I think it's buffed in a way to where it's a little bit easier to use. It is a single spell capacity spell.
Oh,
so
as
you
opposed
can bring,
to 2 right
exactly,
now.
Exactly. So you can bring double if you want. You can bring 11 of them to attack if you want to. And on top of that, now they don't last quite as long, but of course you have to have that trade-off. It's only going to last half as long, but it's also half as beefy in your army comp. It's just easier to use. It's a lighter thing to have in your base, in your army composition.
Okay. All right. Well, Lady B earned 39%. Did a nice scout attack to find all the key defenses there. So maybe we'll get a chance to see what the Blue Dragons have next in store for their primary attack on that base.
That's right. So Lady B having a successful scout attack on that base definitely found a lot of information, and I'm pretty sure that the brains back there are already thinking about, okay, now how do we 3-star this with our Town Hall 12 attacks?
Yes, absolutely. So why don't we check in with Lady B and find out a little bit more about what she discovered. We have our master spy, Lady B, here with us. Tell us, what did you learn about that base, and what do you think you're going to share with your teammates?
So we found out some trap locations. We found out some key stuff, those Tesla locations along the side where the town hall is. We wanted to get a push going through, take out the town hall with the Lalo. There's some decent information to look forward to, but pathing looks maybe not for a 10.
Well, you did a fantastic job. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Well, yeah, so it seems like that went exactly as planned. And, of course, like I said, now their 10-12s know exactly what they need to know to pull off the 3-star. But I'm excited to see, I'm just saying, the Americans at the end of the table in the monitor here, them duking it out 10v10. We're going to see some sort of 3-star. I'm hoping to see out of either Godson or Lady B, or both, later today.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of Godson, let's go over back to the red balloon side and see who he wants to attack next. Godson, it's going to be your first attack. Who are you going for?
So I think there's no chance for Town Halls 10s to go after 12, so I'm going after Lady B. I'm going to try and add insult to injury after that attack she did and see if I can 3-star.
Okay, well, fair enough. Don't injure her too hard, though. I'm pretty sure she can handle it, though. Can you get that 3-star on your first hit?
All right.
Guess we'll see.
I think he already tuned into his attack. I think he's already planning. He already put a lot of pressure on himself because he's wanting to see that 3-star. And that base has not been hit yet. So that means that he has to go in what they call a blind attack, where there is no information. He just has to go for it and try to get that triple.
A fresh hit. Can he make it happen? Looks like Lady B is going to be running with a heart-shaped base. Will Godson be the heartbreaker today? He's going to be attacking with a golem, lots of bowlers, lots of witches. What's the magic formula here to get that 3-star?
Yeah, no, I'm just enjoying the artwork of the base design. I mean, it is very a boxy heart shape. I don't know if Lady B meant that on purpose or if it just turned out that way. Doing some wall art in the middle of her intense war training. Guys, they've been working on these bases for at least at least a week that they've been here preparing and getting, the jet lag, getting that out of there. But for now, what we're dealing with here is it's just a beautiful attack, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Godson can pull off here with these Golem Bowler Witch attack.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, he starts off with a few snipes around the corners of the map. Then he's going in hard in the top right. There goes the wall wrecker making its way straight toward the town hall as fast as it can. It's got a long way to travel, though, and oh my god, that golem getting burnt up by the Inferno Tower. Nice freeze, though, saves a few hit points on it. I love all of these bowlers and witches spreading out, though, getting lots of damage across the top of the base, but you can clearly see the main thrust of the attack in the center there. Archer Queen getting a few pop shots against the Lava Hound and the Balloon, trying to defend, but frozen up. This is the really difficult time, though, with all the pups coming out now. She's going to be distracted and won't be able to get any much more damage on the actual defensive buildings. I'm so impressed by this wall wrecker, though. It made it from the top right corner of the base all the way to the town hall now.
That's right, and notice that town hall's on the outside of the walls, and yet still that wall wrecker was like, no, straight line, straight for that Town Hall, and it opened up the entire side of the base. Now, Godson used some amazing free spells in that attack, freezing the Clan Castle, freezing the Inferno Tower, and notice he still got one left and a jump spell, but there's a lot of base left and a Queen ability, which he just used. So now, how is it going to turn out? How do you feel about this attack so far, Woody?
It's looking pretty strong, but unfortunately he's... Oh my god, he actually saves the Archer Queen by dropping a free spell on that Inferno Tower. He's running low on spells, though, and I don't know. This could go either way, Klaus. I don't want to call it too soon. We've got a Barbarian King still alive, trying to provide some insulation for the Archer Queen here, but doesn't want to get a lock from this Inferno Tower. I think that he's just about safe, though. That single fire Inferno Tower failed to take out the skeletons in time, and with that many witches stacked behind him, I think he's got a good chance of going for the 3-star.
Absolutely. I think that things are looking up. He has a lot of bowlers still raining down rocks.
No! That huge giant bomb just annihilated his army. Lost a big portion of the skeleton supporting that Barbarian King, but still managed to take out quite a few defenses in the meantime. 34 seconds left to destroy the remainder of this base. It's looking pretty good for the attackers.
That's right. Fortunately, those skeletons can be brought back to life. Or unlife, I'm not sure. They're skeletons. But either way, looks like it's going to be the 3-star for Godson.
Harry, Terry, Mary, and Larry all stacked up on top of that final remaining turret. Takes it down and claims the 3-star hundo hit. Congratulations to Godson.
That was an amazing attack. I'm going to give it to Godson. His usage of his spells were perfect. The deployment was great. He got lucky with that queen, walking around, getting away from that Inferno Tower. Just everything lined up perfectly for Godson. That was a very nice 3-star, and that brings the score now to Red Balloons, 8 stars, and Blue Dragons, 5 stars. A 3-star deficit for the Blue Dragons.
All right, well, the Red Balloons are ahead on the scoreboard, but Lady B's going to get a chance to hit Godson later if she so chooses. But in the meantime, why don't we head back and try to figure out what's going on in the minds of our Red Balloon players. Godson just got a great 3-star attack. And, you know, Klaus credited it to your spell placement, but I think that wall wrecker did it for you. Godson, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think spell placement is really important when you're doing 3-starring, and I just did my best, and it paid off. So I'm really happy with the results, and hopefully our team will keep going with the momentum.
Excellent. Well, proper planning ensures perfect execution. Nicely done there, and we'll see how many more 3-stars his team is able to get. Klaus?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of things went right in that attack, and you really can't say much more aside from it was awesome, and I enjoyed the heck out of it, and I'm sure you guys at home did as well. And we have a lot of war left to go. We have now actually both clans have used 3 attacks, so the attacks numbers that are left are the same, but remember that Godson went for the 3-star against poor Lady B, but Lady B went for a scout to gather information. So it's still you cannot look at the score and the amount of attacks left and draw a conclusion as to who's winning and who's not.
Absolutely not. And if it's the fact, and if it so happens that Lady B's hit up for that scout attack gives her teammate the information necessary to get a 3-star, it was absolutely worth it.
Definitely worth it. And of course, Godson just put it out of the way. He's like, no, we need a 3-star this space. Let's put it out of the way so that we can start thinking about something else. So a different line of thinking, but a fantastic job for Godson. Now we can move on to the next attack. We have Clashland. Clashland.
Hi.
Who's your target, my man?
I'm going to attack Ken.
Gonna attack Ken?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Best of luck to you.
Okay.
All right, so we were just talking about whether or not Lady B's scout attack is going to be helpful or not. I guess we're about to find out right now. Clashland is wasting no time, going to use all the information that he gleaned from Lady B's scout attack to go up against Ken again.
That's right. Clashland, a Town Hall 12, gathering or using the information that Lady B gave him on Ken, the base that he is now hitting. So this is the test. This is when we get to know. We get to find out, did they learn enough and can he execute?
I love the analogy there. You get a little bit of a pre-test before you take your class to try to figure out if you know enough about this space. Turns out there wasn't a 3-star opportunity back then, but now that we've done our studying, we've prepared all the troops that we could. Look, it's going to be a mass minor this time from Clashland.
Oh, I'm so excited. I was telling you at the beginning of this stream that this is the thing. This is the troop buff that's coming to the game that I'm so excited about. These miners getting a speed buff. They're going to get faster, and now we get to experience that firsthand here, folks. Town Hall 12. Also notice at level 60 Queen doing work, getting things done. And of course, this is remember that? This was where those balloons popped out of those Teslas. Okay. This was a very key moment in that scout attack. It was this location. And then, of course, Flashland now going to rip it in half with those miners.
Oh my God, all spread across that bottom right side of the base. Loses his P.E.K.K.A. a little bit early to that Tesla tower, but looks like he will make it to the town hall after all. Giga Tesla doing its best to fry these miners, but can't hold them off forever. Explosion when it finally goes down, not with the visible, but with a bang that time. Are we going to be able to see the rest of these miners get the work done on the top side of this base?
You know, I don't know, because he had only one poison spell, and yet his clan castle, the enemy clan castle, is under poison spell, but you really need to see that queen under poison spell. I'm not sure what we're about to see here, Woody. I mean, it's looking a little dicey, but he's got a ton of miners, and he got the heal spell on them anyway, so it's going to be a close one.
Still quite a few troops left on defense there. The Lava Hound there in the center spitting away at that poor Grand Warden. He's like trying to swat him away. He's stuck in the heal spell now, trying to recuperate, but does eventually go down. And it's up to the Archer Queen now to fire a few more shots off and try to finish this Inferno Tower, but stuck on the wall. Looks like it's not going to happen this time.
Yeah, Clashland in the little face cam up there, the top right-hand side of your screen there. Definitely knew this was coming. He's not happy with how the attack went, unfortunately, and it looks like it's going to fall short here with an 85% 2-star, unless that final Archer can be placed somewhere to give him another percentage point. But even then, the Lava Pup still surviving here. That's going to make things very difficult. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, they're all swarming on top of this P.E.K.K.A. statue right here. I think Clashland did actually a really good job here. You can't expect a 3-star every time, and I think that he had a relatively surgical and well thought out attack. Just turned out it couldn't finish off that last remaining Inferno Tower on the left side of the base, and I think that's what ultimately did him in. Very well played to Clashland. That 2-star is a nice hit and something to be proud of.
That's right. So now with the score, Red Balloons 8 stars, Blue Dragons 7 stars, Red Balloons up 1 star, and it's coming into focus. I'm seeing almost every base now has been hit, especially at the top side of the war map. We're starting to get an idea, but there's still no way to tell who's winning.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we'll still get a chance for Itsu to try to hit that base as well. Itsu, the other Town Hall 12 player for the Blue Dragons, will be able to learn even more from Ken's attack, or rather the attack on Ken, and we'll get a chance to see soon whether or not that base will eventually crack and get 3-starred.
That's right, but now we need to have a chat with the Italian stallion, Fede. Fede, who will you be attacking, sir?
Hello, everybody. Attack BM.
Going to be attacking BM. All right, good luck. All right, so there you have it. Town Hall 11.
11v11 attack. These are some of the most interesting to me because, of course, I'm Town Hall 11 right now. I've been seeing bases for months now that I've been trying to figure out how to destroy. But now that I'm going to have access to the Battle Blimp or the Wall Wrecker, even the Electro Dragon, I'm definitely going to be studying this attack and trying to figure out exactly what Ferre's strategy is going to be to destroy BM's base. Now, BM is also a great base builder in his own right. The Korean player is using a Town Hall 11 base. He's clearly got a lot of experience with the game. Let's go ahead and look at what this base looks like, though.
That's right. So, look at this base. We have yet to see this base. What is this? What would you call that base design?
It's like 4 squares like built into each other. It's like a hypercube, or I don't know, a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, I was thinking 4-leaf clover, but yeah, definitely mechanical in nature. But look at the attack strategies coming at this base with the miners, and kind of a very similar attack actually to the previous attack we just saw. They're coming at this base with the Queen Walk there at the bottom, though. That Queen Walk, those healers, they expound on the potential of an attack, and it's very exciting to see people use them.
Yeah, they're telling you more about their abilities every second of the day. Every single shot they get, actions speak louder than words, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a great hit over on the right side as the miner does take out the Inferno Tower, but rest of the troops up on the north end are going to be stacked around this Barbarian King, trying to finish off the cannon, get as many defensive buildings down to clear the path for the remainder of this Bowler and Archer Queen attack in the center.
Now, I want to mention we have a single miner tanking a single Expo on the Eagle Artillery. The Expo goes down. Now that miner is guaranteed to take out that Eagle Artillery, while all of his friends are out and about trying to take out the rest of the base. The Queen is still up. Healers can't figure out where they want to go. Now they're on the miners. A minute ago they were on the heroes. But he is still a very large portion of this base left with that what we call a Tesla farm hanging out there on the side, on the left-hand side. So it's not even close to done yet.
It's not looking too good, but that miner hit on the Eagle definitely gave him a solid chance here. Unfortunately, his heroes are trapped right next to this Inferno Tower, and he's really going to need to get a lot more damage on them, or from them, rather, if he wants to be able to tear apart the rest of this base. Can he get those miners onto the Inferno before the Inferno destroys the Queen? That's going to be a big question. Still quite a few miners over here. I don't know, the Teslas are looking pretty shabby. They're going down with the power of the Archer Queen's ability. I think he's done it.
I think he's done it too. The Queen, with the ability, held until the end. He was able to keep his Queen alive, but also you do not want to forget those miners are still alive, and that is going to keep that Inferno very distracted for the 3-star.
There, I guess it's a quick little dab at the end there. Congratulations to the Red Balloons, earning a 100% 3-star. We've seen a few of them already today, but Ferres was definitely worth the effort. Congratulations to him. Beautiful spread on those miners, and got him exactly where he needed to, taking out the Inferno Tower out that right side as quick as possible, finishing off the Eagle Artillery and the bottom of the base as quick as possible, a nice roundabout up the top with the Barbarian King, and finished off the end with the Archer Queen.
You can be 100% sure that his subscribers, his Italian viewers, are very, very excited right now. They're probably all celebrating, lighting up the chat during the live stream. And again, be sure and subscribe to all these lovely people who are in this stream, including us. Shameless plug. The winners of this war, 100,000 gems apiece for their viewers. Losers, 50,000 gems. That's still a lot of gems for their viewers. And for some reason, we get 75,000. Thank you, Supercell. Now, I say we head right on over to Lady B and see who Lady B is thinking about attacking next.
Excellent.
I am going to go after Godson to try and return the favor.
Oh, you know, I can't say I'm surprised. Lady B, do you have anything special you want to say to Godson live on stream before you attack?
I got this. Maybe.
Ooh, all right. Well, best of luck. We'll be rating. It's going to be exciting. Wow, that was confidence.
Actions speak louder than words, though. Can she back up her trash talk there? I think she's got some great strats for taking down those top bases on her scouting hits, but going against another Town Hall 10 with just your own Town Hall 10 worth of troops is going to be a difficult run here. I believe in her, though. I think she can do it. You think she can do it, Klaus?
I think she can do it. She pulled off an excellent scout earlier, and now she's being asked to hit somebody of her own weight. A Town Hall 10 versus a Town Hall 10. Going to be a good attack, and of course, she's already going live. I think she had her plan ready. What do you think, Woody?
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
she had her plan ready.
I mean,
she knew she was hitting Godson.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you definitely want to try to use Town Halls of the same level to get that 3-star, if at all possible. And so it totally makes sense for Lady B to choose Godson as her target. Looks like she's going to be starting off on the right side, though, with a Golem to block hits for this Barbarian King and the big, heavy Wall Wrecker moving in right after.
And, of course, we don't want to forget that Wall Wrecker is heading straight for the Town Hall. And although it is kind of skirting it kind of crooked ways right now, it is still going directly toward that Town Hall. And, of course, oh, actually, I just realized Lady B using my favorite troop, the Hog Rider, going to be good. Let's get it.
A Schnitzel dropping this base from the bottom. We are here in Germany, so I think it's fair to call the Hog Rider that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Pop the Lava Hound, and that's a lot of pups to deal with for this Archer Queen. She's taking them down one at a time. All the giants there in the center there doing their best to soak blows, but it's the Barbarian King doing the most of the work here, trying to get through the defensive structures in the center. What I'm curious about, though, is where is she going to deploy these heal spells? That's going to be the crucial decision-making factor as to whether or not this Hog Rider attack will succeed.
Absolutely. Well, if it were me, it would be somewhere right there. I was about to say next to that Wizard Tower and the Inferno Towers, because that splash damage and the open places that could have giant bombs are definitely the death of the Schnitzel on the base. And, of course, we want to be careful of all of those traps. And then those pesky skeleton traps chasing around those hogs is just... Can I just say the worst?
I think you can. I think that's something that really hurt Lady B's attack right there, was that there was a super unlucky giant bomb right next to the Tesla that she was trying to tear it down. Now, the hogs are doing their job. They're making their way around the base, and there's only a little... Oh, wow.
Distracted Wizard Tower on the giant. Oh, my goodness. The crowd is going crazy right now. That was a beautiful attack, a beautiful strategy there to keep those hogs alive. There are at least a dozen or more hogs alive right now. Lady B, I think she nailed it.
I think she did too. You know, she's just got to be a little bit worried about potentially running into a giant bomb, but still has quite a few troops ready for the cleanup of this base. Wizards and archers along the top right side are going to be able to get a few of these structures cleared out before the Hog Riders make their way over downtown from the left side.
Oh man, my blood pressure's so high right now. That was just beautiful seeing her distract that Wizard Tower. The number 2 worst thing for a group of hogs, besides a giant bomb, is a Wizard Tower, and she placed that giant perfectly. Well timed to distract that Wizard Tower. That was beautiful. And now it's just coming down to letting the hogs do what they do best, and that's smack stuff with hammers.
Exactly. They get some great hits on the town hall, and with just one little builder hut. Come on, builder, grab your hammer. Get on out of there. There's hog riders coming for you.
There we go, and the crowd goes wild. Once again, Lady B getting a lot of hype for that attack. That was a Town Hall 10v10 triple using the new Town Hall 12 features. That wall record definitely came in the clutch. That was a beautiful attack for Lady B, and exactly what her team needed to continue to compete in this war.
Certainly, yeah. Getting that 3-star was great for the Blue Dragons. They're edging ever closer. I got to give it to the builder in the top corner, though. You know, he's been hammer jamming away for the past week, and he's still trying to get value. He's hiding in the top bunker there, but couldn't survive, and you know, just long enough. And that 3-star was really impressive. What do you think, Klaus?
I was very impressed with that 3-star, but I want to know what was going on in the head of Lady B while she was pulling off that attack, and just the highlight, the giant at the end. Lady B, tell us about that.
I don't know what was going on through my mind. I just needed to get it done. I needed to get this in for my team so we could keep going strong and try and get a perfect score. So mission accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that giant was all Itsu. You know, it was a little bit on the fly. He told me to wait. As soon as the hogs got to a point to deploy it, so I would distract that with so there wasn't splash damage coming in on the back end. And it was, yeah, it saved the rest of it.
Well done, Lady B. Now, once again, I think your mic might be a little bit too far away. You're cutting in and out, but we got the gist of what you were saying, and we're very impressed with how you did, so very nicely done.
Thank you.
Super impressive to keep the splash damage off the hogs there at the very end. And I gotta say, it must have just come down to like muscle memory for her at that point. She was able to keep all that wizard fire off of her hogs, and that's what you need in order to get the remainder of the base cleaned up. If she had lost her hogs right there, it might have been a really close match at the end.
That's right. I mean, there was how many seconds was at the end? My memory's skipping me.
About like a minute 15 when she was taking down the Wizard Tower, I think.
But at the very end, there was only a few seconds left.
Yeah, like 20, 30 seconds.
Right. So if she had lost half of her hogs right there on that Wizard Tower firing off, she would not have had it. So although the entire attack was responsible for the victory and all the things that she did, that giant was the real MVP of that attack.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many things in this game that have to go right in order to get a 3-star, and it really speaks to the skill of these players that they're able to pull off so many today in this war. But why don't we go ahead and speak to our next attacker. He's on the side of the red balloons. You saw him before get the 3-star. Now it's his turn to scout up a base. Godson is going to be attacking next. And Godson, I got to know, who are you going to be hitting?
So I'm going to go after my friend Alvaro. Lady B hurt my pride a little bit, so I'm going to go have fun with his base over there.
Wow. Yeah.
She hurt your pride, but I'm sure you can take it back with a good scout. Best of luck to you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So Godson took that one seriously, took that one personally. I'm pretty sure he was just playing around, though. This is all fun and games. It's called a friendly war.
I mean, it's fun and games until there's 50,000 gems on the line. Losers get 50K, but the winners get 100,000 each.
That's right. And of course, we want to mention, we never want to forget that those aren't gems for them to gem their walls up.
No.
They're gems to give to their viewers and to their subscribers and to their followers on YouTube, Twitch, or whatever it is that they are very interested in. And of course, there are links down below in the video description, the stream description for those different content creators and us too. Shameless plug number 2.
Yeah, of course. Great way to get a good head start on the new update to be able to juice your troops up. Let's go check out on this right side corner, though. We've got a golem starting to scout things over here for Godson. He's going to back it up, though. He's got quite a few witches to try to drill into this corner of the base.
That's right. Godson actually sitting on a Town Hall 10 base, hitting a Town Hall 11. This is a scout, yet again, trying to gather that information, trying to give his Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 clanmates the information they need to pull off that 3-star. Because I heard one of them mention they want a perfect war. And I mean, I think it's possible. What do you think would happen if one of these clans got a perfect war and then the other clan got a perfect war?
My head would explode.
I know.
I don't know
Mine
if I
too.
can handle that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I mean, I think it's definitely a possibility, though. We have some of the best attackers in the world here in studio today, and that is definitely not part of the script, naming 2 winners. So we'll see.
We will just have to see. But remember, the goal of this scouting attack from Godson is not to just try to destroy the base. He doesn't have enough troops in order to get a 3-star, typically against a town hall that's higher than his own. But he can get a lot of information about where the traps are, like Teslas, giant bombs, and even spring traps, any of the seeking air mines. You want to know where those are so that you can keep your own troops safe on the next hit. So whenever the red balloons are going in against Alvaro again, they'll have a lot more information for that attack. Looks like just a couple of minions and a couple of goblins remain in Godson's attack here, trying to get a little bit more off of Alvaro.
Oh my goodness, so that minion almost gets that army camp. Unfortunately, no more troops that are available can target that army camp. All he's got left is a, wow, look at that goblin. He is being targeted up to the very last second, and then the Inferno Tower pulls it off. Yes, he's trying to get the last few percentage points. You never know when those percentage points are going to matter, but it looks like Godson's going to grab that 44% 1-star.
Sure did. Hopped into the base and got a good look at what Alvaro's working with. I wonder if Alvaro just feels naked now from being peeled away. All of his defense is gone. He's been hit twice now, but his base is held up against Arsenic and Godson.
Yeah, so now we can take it away that they have the information they need. Alvaro probably sitting here going, well, darn it, now I can't probably defend because everybody knows everything about my base. But hey, that's war. That's what happens. All is fair in love and war, especially in war.
That's true. That is definitely true. I've heard that before. It sounds very artistic. But why don't we learn a little bit more about that last attack? You got any questions for Godson?
Yes, of course I do. Godson, so that attack, it seemed to go well. It seemed to go the way you wanted it to go, but we'd love to get your perspective.
Well, if you look at the replay, somehow there was no siege machine in the attack. I don't know what happened to it, but I think it may have changed the tides if I put it in there, or if somehow it just disappeared. But I'm Town Hall 10 anyway, so I wasn't expecting too much, but just to get a bit of a percentage there.
Hey, well, it sounds like you did exactly that. And of course, I did notice you didn't have a siege machine. I thought it was on purpose, to be honest. But it's something to remember at home, ladies and gentlemen, that you do when you actually play with the siege machine yourself before the attack. You have to physically select that siege machine. If you don't, you're going to leave it behind. And it's not the thing you want to do in a war attack. But Godson, that's my theory. If you're not sure, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sweet. All right. Well, good job anyway. Got a lot of good info, and best of luck to you and your team. Well, there we go. Now we have it. We understand what happened, and now it is. We're about actually, we are exactly halfway through this war, Woody. It is 11-10. Red balloons up by 1 star, and each clan has now used 5 attacks apiece. So this is technically the halfway point.
Yeah, they've used half their attacks, but there's still quite a bit of damage left to deal to these bases. We still have 3 bases on the red balloon side that haven't been 3-starred yet, and 2 bases over on the blue dragon side that haven't been 3-starred yet. And importantly, that includes a couple of Town Hall 12 bases. Cracking those is the ultimate goal, and it's quite a difficult task. So who do you think is going to be able to get that job done? Itsu and Clashland over for the Blue Dragons are going to try to get Ken's base finished off. You willing to make any bets if they're able to do it or not?
I'm not a betting man, but I'm pretty sure Itsu's going to try.
Okay.
Very hard.
Yeah. Clashland got him down to what was it, like 72, 79%?
It was very close, yeah. It was actually 85%. And on that note, I think we should move on to our next attack. Keep the action rolling.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? And this Town Hall 12 live stream showing off the new update here live from ESL in Cologne, Germany. It is an absolute pleasure being here, and thank you all so much for watching. I say we get past the halftime show and check out the next attack.
Let's do it.
All right, so for our next attacker, we have BM from Blue Dragons. BM, who will be your victim?
I will attack Arsenic.
Arsenic.
Rabaroon.
All right,
Yeah.
Good luck.
Arsenic is under fire. He is one of the last 2 remaining bases that hasn't even been hit yet. So we've got another fresh attack for you all to see here. This is going to be an 11v11 attack. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, the Town Hall 11 bases do gain access to the new siege machines if they are donated by another Town Hall 12 in your clan. They also gain access to the Electro Dragon, a heavy hitter from the skies that drops a lightning spell when he dies.
That's right. So lots of new content coming to the game, not only for the people who are maxed and that are ready to go Town Hall 12, but also for the existing Town Hall 10s and 11s. Lots of good stuff. And it seems, Woody, that the Town Hall 10 3-star, the Town Hall 11 3-star, may be getting a little bit easier to pull off with these new toys in hand.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we can call them toys, but they are causing some massive destruction here. Let's take a look at BM's strategy up on top. It's going to be a Barbarian King, Archer Queen. Both of those heroes doing their best to get as much damage dealt as possible before going down.
Absolutely, and of course you can see now the King has pulled out one of those skeleton traps and then gets destroyed by that Inferno Tower. Unfortunate for him. Now he's got his Archer Queen getting targeted. Now he pops his Royal Cloak ability, try to keep her alive as long as possible. He wants to get that Clan Castle down before he deploys that Lava Hound balloon segment of the attack, and he's just going for it. BM ain't gonna mess around.
I'm not sure if he's going to finish off that witch or not. She took a lot of damage, and she's still poisoned, but if she survives, that's actually pretty bad for BM. Lots of skeletons and lots of damage going to be stacked up on the top side of his base.
That's right, but remember, the witch does not do a lot of damage herself. The main difficulty with the witch is her skeletons, all of the distraction and the collective damage that those skeletons will do, but they're ground troops. Now, the rest of his attacks seem to be air, so he might actually be okay, even though that witch did not go down.
Okay, yeah, balloons circling around the left side of the base. Lots of haste spells to try to get them to their targets faster. They're pretty slow, but they deal a ton of damage when they hit. Nice Grand Warden ability, keeps them nice and fresh, avoiding any damage. You can actually see one of those red balloons, one of the max level hit balloons being utilized by BM here. On the bottom, the Grand Warden keeping these balloons nice and healthy. His life aura provides them even more hit points whenever they're inside that little circle range. And you can see BM going wild now, very happy with his performance so far. Finishes off that Inferno Tower up in the top corner and just has one more Archer Tower to deal with.
That's right, and as you can see, that Grand Warden helping out the balloons that he is following around, getting that Archer Tower down, and that is all for the defenses on this base. And now it's all about that cleanup. I think BM was celebrating prematurely, but rightfully so. He is going to grab this 3-star with 55 seconds left in the attack. There's no way he's not going to pull this one off.
That poor witch, she finally goes down from way early in the base. Looks like BM's shirt is right. He survived the siege machine. And with 98% and 40 seconds left, he's just counting the time until he puts the money in the bank.
Oh,
well done
man.
to BM, a 3-star on his very first hit.
That was an excellent attack for BM. At Town Hall 11, 3-star as well. And that is going to make the war look very, very interesting. The crowd's going crazy. I can hear them through this window here. But yeah, it is 11 for the red balloons now and 13 for the blue dragons. Now, mind you, a perfect war, a 3-star for every base is 15 stars. And so we're very close to a perfect war already on the blue dragon side. You know that is what they're going to be going for.
They were making some really impressive attacks during the practice runs, but I have been blown away by their performance so far. It's been like 3-star after 3-star. You know, a couple of 2-stars mixed in here, some scouting attacks, but by and large, if you are watching this stream, you are learning the best attack strategies for Town Halls 10, 11, and 12, and some of the most impressive base designs. It takes really some of the best attackers in order to be able to tear these bases apart.
That's right, and of course, it's important to remember that these attackers back behind us, these YouTubers, have been playing around with this new update for the past week or so, and they've been enjoying the heck out of it. I have as well, but they've had a lot of practice doing this, and of course, with the Siege Machine being released, with the Electro Dragon being released, the entire game is going to be changing. It's revolutionizing the way Clash of Clans is being played, and you're seeing it here that base designs are going to have to catch up. Currently, I don't know if there's any base that can stop some of those things.
I don't know, but we'll have to find out soon. It's time for the red balloons to make another foray into the fray. Can you say that? Foray into the fray? I don't know.
You just did, my man.
I just did. You can't stop me at this point. But Keisuke will be attacking next. Why don't we get Keisuke on the line with us? Keisuke, who are you going to attack?
Okay, it's 3-star attack. Yes.
Itsu, another Town Hall 12 that Keisuke now has in his sights. Keisuke has seen Itsu attack, and he says, you know what? I'm not scared. You don't scare me, man. He's going hard in the paint now, trying to get that 3rd star on the last remaining unattacked base, Klaus.
That's right. So over on the Blue Dragon side, Itsu's base has yet to be hit. So that is 3 stars that are up for grabs for Keisuke. He is saying that he is going for the 3-star. He is saying he is a 3-star machine. We will see what he can pull off here in just a moment. And of course, just to give you guys again the image of what's happening in this war, there's only one other base that has not been hit yet, and that is whereas Alvaro's basin has been 2 stars. So this could bring it to 14 stars.
That's true. And actually, this is going to be the first time that we've seen an attack from Keisuke. He's an amazing attacker in his own right. I got to see him live for the first time during the Builder Hall workshop live stream, and so I know a lot about him. He's clearly a very energetic personality, trying to get the crowd riled up now for his next hit. The Red Balloons looking for a 3-star attack against the Blue Dragons base built here by Itsu.
That's right. So Keisuke, again, definitely not afraid to engage with the crowd. That is a very nice thing to see. Keisuke really trying to get the crowd involved here. And now you can see that Keisuke going up against Itsu's base here with with giants, bowlers, witches, and that wall wrecker. And of course, his heroes going in as well.
A massive ground-based assault bowling through the bottom right side of this base. He is about to engage the Giga Tesla from the Town Hall now, taking a few zaps, but the bowlers are doing work on it. Finally finish it off. That's the 1st star for Keisuke. He'll get his 2nd at 50%, but he's looking for the 3rd one after he destroys the entire base.
That's right, and of course, I think he is seeing a weird split here. He's got his bowlers around the bottom that are dealing with that Inferno Tower. Unfortunately, they did not survive that engagement. Now we have a bunch of witches up at the top that don't seem to know that the Inferno Tower should be their priority. So that top side, you can say that that's going to be held on for later. Now it's all about this bottom side. Can he pull off this 3-star by wiping this base clockwise?
Bit of a topsy-turvy hit so far. He lost his topside army, but the bottom side army's been doing very well. The Barbarian King tearing apart now into the 9 o'clock position out there on the left. He still has to deal with this Inferno Tower, though, and I'm not sure if these skeletons are going to be able to get the job done. Inferno Tower is pretty slow at taking them out when it's set up to single target, but I think they still need some witches to go finish that thing off.
That's right. So I think that Inferno Tower is probably going to survive that engagement. Yeah, Queen's ability gets her through a lot of defenses, but that is just not going to be enough. Unfortunately, Keisuke, who is sitting in his chair, he doesn't even care. Look at him. He's so relaxed. He's so confident. He's so cool. He's smiling.
And in the parent Zen-like meditative stance there. He did get 77%, so Keisuke is performing quite well. He didn't get the 3-star, but he still has time to get another attack in here, and maybe we'll see Itsu's base get hit again for the final 100%.
That's right, and actually taking a look at the war map once again and just looking at it, it's 13-13. Woody, they're tied. It is tied up here. Each clan now has 4 attacks remaining, and they only collectively need to acquire 2 stars per clan to wrap this thing up with the perfect war. So it is still so neck and neck. It is locked in, and I'm pretty sure behind us, they're sweating it out.
They definitely are. I can see the puddles forming at the base. But I'll let you know, the Blue Dragons are technically ahead right now. Even though they're tied on stars, the Blue Dragons have a 92.8% destruction average versus the Red Balloons, which have an 89.8%. Now, that sounds kind of wonky and numbery, but whoever gets more damage on these bases is going to win, even if they're tied on stars.
89, 90, 91, 92. Yes, 3% change. That's very, very slim. And speaking of percentages and numbers, and we need to get past that part. Let's get into the attack. So next attacker up on the pedestal here, and we're going to get to enjoy their attack, is actually Alvaro 8.845. So Alvaro, who is your opponent?
Available is the Ken, because I already attacked Ferrer, so I will try to do my best against a Town Hall 12.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in that 12 v12 3-star attempt.
No, that's an 11 v12 3-star attempt, unfortunately. Alvaro used a Town Hall 11 attack already against Ferre, so he doesn't have any more targets except for Ken. He's going to do his best. Maybe he'll get a little bit more scouting information up the top left side of the base, do you think? That's
right. It could very well be that way. And apologies for the slip of the tongue. Yes, Alvaro's on 11, hitting a Town Hall 12. A 3-star, okay. This is the moment. If he 3-stars a Town Hall 12 as a Town Hall 11, that is definitely a world record. What would you say about that one, Woody?
I mean, I would just throw my book out the window. I don't even know how I could commentate an 11 3-starring a 12. If Alvaro pulls this off live on stream, I'll just have to eat my headset.
It would definitely be my hero. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I'm pretty far. I'd be willing to go pretty far after that experience. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what he is able to pull off here. He's gearing up. He's ready. Notice his focus in that picture there. This is going to be an exciting time. And of course, Ken, he's trying to throw him off. He's looking at Alvaro like, you will not attack my base, son.
Clashland got 85% with his 12v12 attack. And you get a little bit more oomph, a little bit more value from those higher level troops. Alvaro, I mean, he could theoretically get it done. There's nothing that stops a Town Hall 11 from getting the 3-star, but it would certainly be a very impressive attack if he pulls it off. I'm happy, though. You know why? He's bringing the Electro Dragons.
Yes, it's been a while. We need to get an eruption from the crowd right now just because of that. The Electro Dragon. We have the Electro Dragons here. Alvaro bringing them out. That Town Hall 11 getting access to level 2 Electro Dragons. Okay. Max level Electro Dragons being level 3. And of course, those are available at Town Hall 12. Again, with the numbers, Woody, what is up with us today?
I mean, you got to know the numbers. It's important to know when you get access to these troops and all, but I'm more interested in seeing whether or not this attack is going to be able to get the job done. A wall wrecker here in the center opens up the compartment to get to that Eagle artillery. Heroes up on the top, still getting quite a bit of work done, but a rage spell is not quite going to be able to help out that Archer Queen. I think it was designed to beef up those bowlers a little bit. They better go to anger management class after today.
Yeah, too much rage for those bowlers, but unfortunately, yeah, that Clan Castle is deadly. I mean, you have the Hound, who has a ton of HP. You have the Baby Dragon, who does a lot of damage and has a ton of HP. That is a deadly combination of Clan Castle troops, and it did a number on those bowlers. Now, fortunately for Alvaro, he still has 7 Electro Dragons. I mean, it is not over yet. He has a lot of attack left in him.
Oh, sure. The biggest, heaviest, beefiest troops in all of Clash of Clans, the Electro Dragons, are ready to make their move on the bottom side of this base now. I like that bait and switch, by the way, from the Archer Queen. She went invisible using that Royal Cloak ability right when that Baby Dragon was about to get the lock on. Electro Dragons are going to be able to take out the Baby Dragon just about lickety split and continue along the bottom of the base. If you want to learn how to train your dragon, make sure to get it leveled up to Electro status. Baby Dragon, not going to cut it off this time.
Absolutely, and of course, we're sitting here watching these Electro Dragons doing the work. The Chain Lightning taking out that Town Hall, and of course now making their way through the dying Electro Dragon, having that Death Lightning spell ability there, doing damage on buildings, destroying buildings on occasion. It is just an amazing thing to behold, and of course, we want to see more of that. Alvaro's still, wow, that Chain Lightning is so beautiful to watch. Yeah, Alvaro's still having a couple of these things up. Let's see how many percentage points he can get. Imagine if he passed 85% as a Town Hall 11.
That would be amazing. I would be really impressed, but just by being able to do that. He's going to have one pretty healthy Electro Dragon up here on the top, still being backed up by this Grand Warden, going for a little circle around the base. Uh-oh. Just about to lose one of them, and the second one is going to be going down relatively soon after that. Looks like he's not going to be able to gain much on the percentage front here, but he's trying to just snipe as many as possible here, Klaus.
That's right. So at this point, Alvaro's attack will not, unfortunately, stick. Clash of Lands 2-star 85% is the attack that will remain on the board, will count towards the percentage. So I think Alvaro, at this point, he's like, hey, I've got no one else to attack. Let's just try it out and see what happens. And hey, I think a 76% 2-star, 11v12 is pretty dang good.
Absolutely. I mean, there's going to be plenty of times when you're out there just trying to farm up for some trophies or, working on that ladder to try to get as many resources as you can, and you certainly will run into situations if you're at Town Hall 11 where you might have to go up against a 12.
If not just in war to help out your clanmates. And so that's obviously the thing that he was going for there. Again, not having any other targets was kind of the issue, but he was gathering information yet again to try to pull off the 3-star later on in the attack, helping out his 10 or 12 clanmates. It's all about the team. We don't want to forget that, Woody. It's not an individual game. Like, it's a team effort, and that's how the 3-stars come about, is by helping one another.
Absolutely. And speaking of the team, why don't we go over to the Blue Dragons? We'll see what Alvaro thinks of that last attack. I mean, you got 3/4 of the base finished off. Couldn't quite get the 3-star, but it was an impressive performance. What do you think?
Yeah, I fell a little bit in the funnel at the very beginning, so my king went around the base, but if I could have managed to have my king next to the Eagle Artillery, maybe I could get a higher percentage.
Perhaps, yeah, that Eagle Artillery certainly causes a lot of trouble for those heroes up on the top, trying to finish off as many structures as they can, but nicely done on that Electro Dragon attack toward the bottom. Were you impressed with how they performed?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. For me, it was the first time I attacked Town Hall 12, so it was pretty decent.
Great. Thanks for your insight, and let's move on, Klaus.
Yeah. So the overall look right now, we're at 13-13. Red Balloons versus Blue Dragons, still all tied up. But of course now Red Balloons has 4 attacks left, while Blue Dragons has 3 attacks left. And we're getting to the end of the war where you start looking at that and you're saying, okay, Red Balloons has more opportunities. I think they might be ahead. But again, there has been a lot of changes in the mindset of these players. Some teams going for more scouts early on, some teams not. And so it's still hard to count as to who is winning this war. But I'm on the edge of my seat. If I had a seat, I'm on the edge of my... What about you, Woody?
I mean, I cannot be on the edge of my seat because you're right. We don't have one. But nonetheless, I am really excited to see which of these spaces is going to crack first. There's still a Town Hall 12 and a Town Hall 11 for both of these teams that they're trying to defend. I think it's a good idea to go over to the red balloons now. Arsenic will be attacking next, and I'm really curious to hear, Arsenic, who are you going to hit, man?
I'm going to attack Itsu because he's only one I can attack now. So.
Makes sense. The same thing that Alvaro had to go through. He was unable to hit the last remaining Town Hall 11, so looks like he will now be going up against a 12 again. Itsu.
That's right. So yet again, only one option left. That's one of the benefits, I guess, and one of the disadvantages of smaller wars is that there are limitations in that nature. But at this point, Arsenic having only two options left, two bases that have not been tripled, and Itsu is the final one. So we get to see yet another Town Hall 11 v12 hit attempt, and I'm hoping for a 3-star. Like I'm stoked.
I'll eat my mic. I mean, it's not going to happen. An 11 v12 3-star would be unprecedented. I don't think we saw that at all during practice.
No, but crazy things happen when the real event is taking on, and I'm holding you to that. You're eating your mic if this happens. All right? We're going to have a real good close-up on that one. So very exciting, guys. This is a good time, and of course, again, every attack can expose new traps or expose new angles for hitting the attack, depending on how Arsenic goes about this. And if you look at all of that stuff that he has in his attack, his troop bar right there. I mean, he's got the healers for a queen walk, or possibly, like a bowler witch walk. He's got a P.E.K.K.A. He's got Bowler Witch, Baby Dragon, some archers, wall breakers. He's got everything you can think of, and of course a few jump spells, rage spell, heal spell. I feel bad for Arsenic. He's probably scrolling left and right like crazy to pull this one off.
How is it even possible to scroll through that many troops and spells? It's going to be impressive if you can just get them all down, in my opinion. Arsenic moving in first over on the right side of this map. He's got his Archer Queen with a raged up group of healers there, trying to keep her alive as long as possible. Once she goes down, though, it's going to be difficult to get the remainder of this base finished off with the ground assault. Bowlers and witches actually don't have any, or rather many more buildings to take care of against a Town Hall 12, just to have to deal with that siege workshop there in the bottom of the base. But upgraded defenses and higher level walls make it a lot more difficult.
Yes, by the way, this will be the first time we've mentioned this, Woody, but the new level 13 walls, those blue, electric, beautiful walls that are coming at Town Hall 12 look absolutely gorgeous. I love them, and I can't get enough. I mean, it's like that lightning blue, that light color going through the entire thing, and then, of course, they have 10,000 hit points. Is just absolutely crazy.
Well, if you love them so much, why don't you go make 100 of them? Because you can do so once you reach Town Hall 12.
That's absolutely right. I didn't know where you were going with that one, Woody, but that was nice. Yeah, Town Hall 12 at the first go gets to have 100 of these walls. So anybody out there that loves to farm, now is your time. You have a lot to do.
Oh boy, got 100 more walls to build up. Gonna keep my base nice and secure, protect all that loot.
That's
Can this
right.
Archer Queen finish off the Town Hall, though?
I don't know. No, unfortunately, I mean, he got about halfway through that Town Hall, but that Giga Tesla, that giant electric ball of lightning coming out of that Town Hall, striking down not only one, but up to 5 troops at once, is a huge, huge deterrent for troops to be able to take out that Town Hall. I mean, it's not like a big, fat star giver now. It is a defense on its own, and we saw it there.
And it's important to note also that the defensive structure within the Town Hall itself can be upgraded. It starts off at level 1, but it goes all the way up to level 5, and it's not until level 5 that you get that big death damage when it goes down, and that you get the 5 lightning bolts that can hit multiple troops.
That's right. I believe it's every time you upgrade, it's either going to add DPS to that Giga Tesla, or it's going to be able to hit more than one target. But as Woody said, at level 5 is the one and only time that Giga Tesla or that Town Hall has that drop death damage. So any ground troop around it is going to get roasted or shocked. Either one.
Either way, they're going down. But speaking of going down, let's go down to the Blue Dragons again. They've got another attacker getting ready to move in. BM is going to be playing next. BM, who are you going up against?
I'm gonna Fede for Rarun. Yeah.
All right. There we go.
He'll attack Ferre next. He's got a little bit of preparation work to do, so let's give him the time he needs. Klaus, what are you looking for in this next attack? BM, an 11 going up against Ferre, another 11. but one that has yet to be 3-starred.
That's right. So the only Town Hall 11 remaining here on the Red Balloons clan is actually Fere, and so it makes perfect sense. BM being at Town Hall 11, gunning for Fere and wanting to grab that 3-star. The previous attack, Alvaro, getting that 79%. So at the least, we want to see that 80%. But if he can pull off that 3-star, then that means that every base that is available in the Red Balloons will be done except for Ken. And Ken is going to get beat on over and over again until it's 3-starred.
Itsu will have one chance to finish off Ken, but will he have the opportunity to make that attack happen? BM is going in first to try to finish Fere off, and if that happens, that would put the Blue Dragons ahead. They're right now tied up 13-13 with 7 attacks used by each team. Can BM make that 13 into a 14?
Oh, man, I'm excited to see how this goes. Of course, BM throwing down the bowlers. He wanted to get that bounce damage, get rid of that archer tower there, but they have a bit of a funnel on that north-hand side. Is that a way to say that? North-hand side? Top side. And, of course, we have now the King doing some tanking, some Giants doing some tanking, and we're going to see, yeah, there's that Warden. We need to get in there. We need to see those air defenses go down, that clan caster go down, and preferably the enemy Queen, because the rest of the attack is a Lalo, a Lava Hound balloon attack, and it's a, well, we all know that is a deadly combination of troops.
Take a look at the spells that BM has brought there. There's one in particular that I haven't seen yet today. What is that, Klaus?
Oh, that is a clone spell. And of course, the clone spell is, we all know it as the spell that's worth 4 spell capacity, but Supercell has decided, you know what, we want to make it a little bit smaller, easier to use, and so BM is bringing it in. It is worth now 3 spell capacity, not 4. So it's going to be interesting to see how these players use that clone spell. Of course, it does what it says it's going to do. It clones stuff, and those troops that are cloned can continue to destroy the base. And so it is going to be very exciting to see how they use this.
I just wish my ex-girlfriend was going to do what she said she was going to do.
Oh, my.
Nonetheless, we have a strong attack in the bottom here. The balloons spreading out as best they can to deal with the remainder of these defenses, getting some great work done against the Expos of the world. The Eagle artillery in the center finally about to go down, and there's the clone spell, creating several more additional balloons to help out for the remainder of this push. But there's a lot of archer towers and wizard towers up on the top. Do you think they can handle them all, Klaus?
Well, he's got 3 haste spells. He just threw 1 down, and it's going to be a mad dash to the finish. He's got to get these 3 stars down. He's got to get these defenses down quick. It's going to be a close one, and there goes the 3rd and final haste. I think BM is celebrating. I think that things are looking his direction here, but that mortar over there on the side made it a little bit difficult. But oh, look at that. Look at that Hound. That Hound is going to tank and soak up that damage, and then wait.
Hold on. The last balloon has just now fallen. There's not very many more support troops for BM, but he's got 44 seconds, and it looks like on the bottom side of that base, he still has some pups flying around there. They focused on the Barbarian King, though. What are they doing?
I don't know if they know what they're doing. I mean, fortunately, that Lava Hound is doing a little bit of damage. It kills that last defense. Does not pop, though. That's huge. That Hound by itself does very little damage. This could, especially since those pups decided to focus on the dead king, this could very well come down to a time fail. Well, we did say earlier there's no such thing as fails. A time scout. Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, BM's Lava Hound just had too many hit points. If it had exploded and gotten all the pups out there to deal damage, he might have actually been able to clear the space out, but the Lava Hound itself doesn't do very much damage. It just soaks it instead. And with that, looks like we have an 87% 2-star hit from BM against Ferre. Smiling and clapping.
There we go. Yeah, Ferre definitely celebrating. He likes to see his base defend. And BM throwing down his attack, he was very, very close. I mean, anytime you have an attack where all the defenses go down, then it's like you're so close. All you needed was a bit more time. You need the ability to pop your Hound, something like that. Any little change would make that a 3-star. So a very nice attempt, but unfortunately only the 87% 2-star for BM on Ferre. And now we're still tied up, guys. It is 13-13, and the total destruction spread now is about 4.5% for the advantage for Blue Dragons. So if like everything went and stopped right now, Blue Dragons would have the win, but we're not done yet.
They sure would, but that's right. We are not done yet. We've got more coming up for you soon. I think that it's time to go tune in to another member of the Red Balloons. They're going to be attacking next, and I believe Ferre still has 1 hit left. He's the only remaining Town Hall 11 attacker. Ferre, who are you going after?
I'm going to attack Alvaro.
Perfect. The last remaining Town Hall 11 for the Blue Dragons is being hit by the last remaining Town Hall 11 from the Red Balloons.
That's right. So we're going to see now it is going to be what we call a cleanup attempt. He wants to grab that 3rd star. He wants to clear out the rest of the 11. So the rest of the attacks can be focused on the final Town Hall 12 of the clan that is not 3-starred yet, and that is Itsu. So it is still neck and neck, very, very close. And this has been such an epic Town Hall 12 live stream update. It has been absolutely amazing. Here live at the ESL headquarters in Cologne, Germany. I'm having an absolute blast. And Woody, it has not been too bad hanging out with you today so far.
It hasn't either. You know, we've had a good time here in this city, and I really appreciate the hospitality of everyone here. And thank you so much for tuning in and showing up to the event here today. But it's time to get back to clashing, Klaus. I want to see if Alvaro's base actually gets destroyed, because he's built a really impressive one here, but Ferre has got something to say about it. Bringing in the Electro Dragons now, the new troop we'll get to see again here being used by our Town Hall 11 attacker.
That's right. So you can see he's got the wall wrecker, so they're going to be trying to break through and taking out some of those walls, and that's one of the early things he's trying to go for. He's got the Electro Dragons, an air troop, so he wants to clear out the air defenses. He wants to get rid of the Eagle Artilleries if possible, and of course he wants to get rid of the Inferno Towers if possible as well.
All righty, at the right side, he's got his heroes moving in to deal with that clan castle. It's got lots of witches in there. Of course, he knows it's already in there because he's seen an attack on this base before, but dealing with that Inferno Tower at the right side is super important. That's what was the downfall of the attack last time against Alvaro, but unfortunately, once again, the Inferno Tower just burning up these heroes and not giving them much of a chance to take their mark down.
That's right. So at this point, we're seeing, unfortunately, that Eagle Artillery is still up. Unfortunately, the Queen is not alive anymore, and it all comes down to this. The big push in the middle part of the attack, the main force. That first part was called the Kill Squad, I believe, but now we've got the main attack, those Electro Dragons trying to gun in there and just shock the base.
Soaring into Electric Avenue, we've got so many of them engaging with these Teslas now. The power of electricity is pretty dangerous, but we'll see if they are able to clear out any more buildings here. There's still quite a few hit points on the majority of these Electro Dragons. One does go down, though, unleashing that lightning spell, and we've got the rest of them in the center of the base taking care of the Eagle Artillery. They've actually got a pretty decent shot at taking out the Inferno Tower out here on the right side. If they can get the lock a little bit quicker, the fact that they just fly so slowly, I think, is their main downfall, Klaus.
Yeah, you see that everybody that uses these Electro Dragons are using rage spells with them, because without it, they take a long time to prepare their attack and deploy, and so that's probably one of the main weaknesses of the Electro Dragons, if you can call it that. I mean, I would call it just brute force, and it takes a while to move things with that away a lot. Momentum takes a bit, but unfortunately, I think it all came down to that Inferno Tower here at the very beginning, though. That Inferno Tower melted through a few of the Electro Dragons and ended up causing the attack to kind of fumble at that point. And of course, this last bowler, look at this last bowler. He's really dedicated for killing this wall. And then if he gets through the wall, guess who's waiting on the other side? That is an X-Bow. Do you really think that X-Bow cares about that bowler? No.
No, I don't. I think Ferre is down for the count, and it looks like he won't be able to get any more stars on this base. We've got about 26 seconds left for this bowler throwing his rocks at the wall, but maybe that might wrap up soon. Nonetheless, we can zoom out again, I guess, and take another look at this base and see what sort of destruction was wrought here. Ferre, getting 85%, has managed to take care of most of the targets on that bottom left corner, but still, once again, that right side single target Inferno is the bane of his existence. All the red balloons so far have failed to get that thing down, and I think it's up to the last remaining Town Hall 12 attacker to try to finish it off.
That's right. So again, it's a no. I think it's a very honorable thing to be patient and hold on to the attack and say, you know what? No, I'm not closing out of this attack. I'm not quitting early. I'm going to just carry this thing out, because again, as per what I've said a million times, it might come down to percentage. It might come down to that tiebreaker. So Ferre be holding on to that, hoping that hope is powerful to get that final building that might end up tilting the scales in his favor. So all good job for him. That was an 85% attack. That was the best attack so far on Albedo's base, and well done to him.
Well done. I will note that the Blue Dragons are still ahead now on percentage. Each of these teams has one attack left for each of their Town Hall 12, so that's 2 attacks in total. So if we see 2 3-stars from both of the teams, we could actually still get that perfect war that we were talking about earlier, but a single failure, and that means that there will be a decisive winner one way or the other.
That's right. So like he very eloquently said, this is coming down to the absolute wire, and it has to be a 3-star. So we're going to cut over to Clashland and see, Clashland, who will be your target?
I'm going to attack to Ferry.
Fede.
Ferry.
All right. Well, then, good luck for that.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck with that indeed. He's going to need it. But up against the Town Hall 11, I think he's got a bit of an easier time than his other Town Hall 11s on his side did, with Clashland now moving in against a base that's already been hit. That's a Town Hall below, one level below him. You would typically expect him to be able to pull off the 3-star here.
I would hope so, but there is always those cases where something just goes horribly wrong. We're hoping that does not happen today. Of course, we have a total confidence in our content creators and our YouTubes here. And just a reminder, guys, for those of you that might just now be tuning in, the winning team, each member of those the winning team are going to be receiving 100,000 gems for their subscribers and followers. The losing team 50,000 as well, and then of course the casters for some reason are getting 75,000. So be sure and subscribe to all of those channels that are represented here on the stream. And we have gameplay.
Yes, absolutely. We got a nice little spread here. The Electro Dragons coming on in at 9 o'clock, and then another little couple of clumps there at the 7 o'clock position, and 10, 11 o'clock up at the top. Cruising through the Town Hall like it's nobody's business, earns the 1st star, but they got to get that 50% for number 2 and 100% for that 3rd and final one. Clashland, with plenty of Electro Dragons still left after tearing down this Inferno Tower out here, is going to try to finish off the remainder of the base with these big blue bodies.
Notice this Inferno Tower has barely any damage. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, the friends are coming by. They can take care of that.
It does burn up an Electro Dragon in the meantime, though, and that's really going to hamstring Clashland's attack, trying to finish off the rest of his base. His heroes down the bottom, though, have got a really nice path. As long as that Eagle Artillery goes down, I think that they should be able to clean up the rest of the base out the right side.
That's right. These level 60 heroes, brand new for Town Hall 12, are absolutely beefy. They're amazingly strong. And if you just deploy them, this was one of those
They're beefy?
They're very beefy.
They taste like chicken to me.
Oh, well, okay. I don't try.
Oh, you're talking about the hero. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the Electro Dragons.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course the Electro Dragons taste like chicken. Of course not. But let's just look at this, okay?
Okay.
Let's just look at this.
Tell me.
These level 60 heroes, brand new for Town Hall 12, they each have new levels for their special abilities. They have tons of hit points. They have tons of HP. I mean, these guys, these Gal and Lady, let's be correct here. There are both Gal and Lady. They are absolutely powerful. Sure. And even though they were delayed, they were released late, they are going to nab this triple. And the crowd goes wild. Yes, they are going nuts right now on us.
Snipe from the Archer Queen as the last of her ability fades away. A 100% 3-star. Congratulations to Clashland, coming in clutch for his team, the Blue Dragons. They now lead this series once again, but now by a 13-star advantage.
Man, that attack was solid. I mean, those Electro Dragons are so fun to watch. It's just like when they hit not just one, but up to 5 buildings at once. It's just something I'm not used to, and it just makes me excited every time I see it. And then, of course, watching those new heroes do work, and then the Siege Machine, this Town Hall 12 update is just out of this world. And the 3-star, shout out once again to Clashland for that. And now we're still poised for a possible perfect war for one or the other of these clans, of these teams. And it's exciting. I'm excited, like legit excited. Let's go.
Let's see if the red balloons are able to turn this thing around. Next, we're going to have Keisuke attacking again. Now, he's already hit Itsu, so I have a pretty good feeling who he's going to attack. But why don't we go ahead and ask him anyway. Keisuke, who is your target?
Alvaro.
Indeed, he'll be going for the other remaining base.
Alvaro.
Yeah. Alvaro.
Okay. Alvaro, yes. Alvaro.
Alvaro.
I can speak English. Alvaro, okay. Yes.
Perfectly. Oh, I understood you absolutely fine.
Yeah, he's still working through it. Yes, coming straight from Japan. He's been learning English while here in Germany, as ironic as that might be. So he's working through it. He got Alvaro perfectly. I understood every word.
But can he speak Spanish, though? Because that's what Alvaro is really speaking. That's what his name is in, Spanish. It's not English.
I suppose you have a point there. Yeah. He knows a little bit of Spanish. Somebody should tell him.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
And a little bit of German, too, right? He's been picking up a little bit here and there down in Deutschland. We are in Cologne, Germany right now, in fact, at the ESL headquarters. So excited to be joined here by many fans in the audience watching the new Town Hall 12 update. We're finally going to get another Town Hall 12 attack now from Keisuke.
Absolutely, and now it is time to check out this attack. Again, another Town Hall 12 hitting a Town Hall 11. Keisuke going at it against Alvaro, and of course he has the advantage. His troops are a bit stronger than Alvaro's troops. His heroes are a bit stronger. That's just one of the perks of farming up your base.
Yeah.
You want to advance in Clash of Clans. You want to have that advantage, and oh, look at that. Keisuke really likes getting the crowd involved.
He feeds off their energy. That's what makes him harder. That's what makes him better. That's what makes him faster, and that's what makes him stronger, Klaus.
Absolutely. I mean, Keisuke sitting there, by the way, I just want to mention, he's the only one sitting there in a suit. Like, the guy's got so much class. I love it.
So much class, so much style. Hope to see him here for a while. He's up on top right now with an Archer Queen, getting some help from those healers, trying to keep her alive and healthy as she clears out some of the outside buildings before she can really get to that sweet nougaty core in the center. Taking care of the Grand Warden now, finishing off a cannon. What else is she going to be able to do?
Oh, man, Nelda, she can go on forever. I mean, with those healers, under Rage Spell, again, that Queen, extra damage than we're used to, extra HP than we're used to. I mean, everything seems to be going well, except, yeah.
The Inferno. Oh, she pops their ability just in time. Nice hit from Geizuke, and great timing there.
Just a thing to mention, you see that Wall Wrecker under Rage Spell is not affected by that Rage Spell. The Siege Machines are machines. They're not troops. They do not get raged. They do not get healed. They're an exception to the rule.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so we're going to still see quite a few ground-based troops here in the center. The Bowlers, Giants, we even got both of the heroes looking quite healthy. Look out for that Inferno Tower, though. That, remember, was the one deciding factor for the last remaining attacks. And with plenty of Bowlers swarming it goes down quickly.
Wow.
He's happy about that one. You can see he's tuned into that.
Oh, man, he's excited. Keisuke locking down on what I think is probably a confident 3-star.
Oh, yeah.
He is looking at that. Look, he's like, did you see this? Are you seeing this right now? Is this real? Is this real life? Yes, Keisuke, this is real life, and I think you have just pulled off the 3-star against Alvaro 845. Unfortunately for Alvaro, he's looking at it, he's thinking, man, I was stripped naked during this attack. I mean, like, everybody had seen my everything at this point, but now the base has been 3-starred. I believe it's over.
Finished him off, and that is the power of a Town Hall 12. Level 60 heroes, max level 30 Grand Warden, and plenty of troops to back up this push. An amazing hit from Keisuke, and once again, we will be in a tied position, Klaus, at 14-14.
That's right, and of course, I want to mention, yes, the power. I love the way you put that. The power of Town Hall 12. Level 4 bowlers, level 4 witches. Those are just overpowered, amazing against the Town Hall 11 base, which is currently the highest level that you can be. So it's amazing to see a Town Hall 11 get swept that quickly. Shout out to our boy Keisuke for that attack.
Yeah, very well done. The 3-star, 100%. Red Balloons are going to be happy about that. We only have 2 attacks left, and it's going to be up to them to try to finish off the last, the big, the burly Itsu, the only remaining base for the Blue Dragons that has not yet been 3-starred.
That's right. And then on the other side, we have Ken, who has not been 3-starred either. So it comes down, this is really interesting. It comes down to the last 2 attackers, Itsu and Ken. Who are the last bases left? Itsu and Ken. What is the score? 14-14. Who's winning? Who's winning? Like, you tell me. Like,
honestly,
it's too close.
it's so close. You can't even call a winner at this point. It could still technically be a 15-15 if both of these players manage to get 3-stars. That's what we could be looking at. But at this point, it's not a Clash of Clans anymore. It's a clash of titans. Ken and Itsu are the strongest players on both of their teams. They're the #1 on each of them. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this last attack, Klaus. Tee it up for us.
Let's do it. So our next attacker is going to be Itsu. Itsu, I don't even think I need to ask you this question, but who is going to be your victim?
I would go for Godson.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, good luck. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Itsu, you're going for Ken, right?
Yes.
Okay, we need to be clear. We're going for Ken. I could see the hate in the comments in the chat right now. Like, what are you doing? Okay, so Itsu going for Ken. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Just about swagged his Town Hall 12 attack on a Town Hall 10. Oh, my goodness. Would you imagine that if he did that? I mean, technically, they are winning right now. They've got a 97% total destruction. So even if Itsu fails to get the 3-star here, they could still possibly get the victory. But definitely want to lock that down, if at all possible. The 3-star here is what Itsu is aiming for, and it's what Ken fears.
It's what Ken fears, absolutely. So if Itsu can pull off this 3-star, then all the pressure is on Ken to also get the 3-star so that we can deem this a draw. Now, I don't know how often that happens, but it definitely, once again, was not in the script, so we're not sure what to do at that point, but it will be exciting regardless. So let's just see how this goes.
It would be a perfect war. I mean, how often do you get to see those, Klaus?
Very, very rarely, just coming from my experience. Not that my client does not do those on occasion, but they don't do that on occasion. Unfortunately.
Have they ever done it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You can't even think of a time that they got the perfect. I mean, I don't think my client's ever done that either.
Yeah, no.
We've gotten ties before, but a perfect war.
Yeah,
that is really rare.
That's special. A perfect war, 3-starring every base. That is very special. But now it has come down to this. Itsu with 7 Electro Dragons. You have yourself a giant wall breaker. We have not that it's a giant wall breaker. We have a giant and a wall breaker. We've also got 2 archers and a wall breaker. I mean, he's got everything in this armor composition, but I think.
But the kitchen sink. There's no kitchen sink.
You're right. There is no kitchen sink in this attack strategy right now. But what there is again, 7 Electro Dragons, and I'm so excited to see how Itsu, the man himself, can do with these things.
That wall wrecker's taking a lot of punishment. The Expos and cannons locked onto it, and it finally goes down. The CC troops inside going to pop out. Bowlers and Barbarians, it looks like, getting some work done against the remaining defensive buildings there. Some troops up on the right side corner, though, are lacking our Barbarian King. He's kind of wandered over toward the top, trying to get a few more buildings dealt with. But I think it's the Archer Queen and the Grand Warden that were really trying to finish off that Eagle Artillery. With it still up, what's going to happen with this attack, Klaus?
That's right. Well, I guarantee you Itsu is happy at this moment because that Baby Dragon and that Lava Hound went toward the Queen. If the Baby Dragon had went toward the King, then that Baby Dragon would have just nuked him and then destroyed everything else in their path. So it was a good thing that Queen got to handle all of that, because now he's clear. He's ready to go. He can just throw down his Electro Dragons, and literally throwing them down. You can see that they're just all down now. And now it is all up to these Electro Dragons. Grab this town hall, grab all of the buildings, the defenses, and everything else, and grab that 3-star.
Oh no, he's about to lose his Grand Warden though. Expo takes him down, and with that, the Electro Dragons may have a lot of hit points, but they may not be able to finish off the base if they get finished off, if they get taken down that easily.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, now you're seeing there is a bad situation. This is not a good situation at all. There's only 1 Electro Dragon left. The free spell was just used on the Inferno Tower, and that Queen helps out in wiping out that final Electro Dragon. That was kind of the last hope for this attack. Unfortunately, I don't see this attack going much further than maybe like a 90% 2-star.
Bit of a risky deploy, and unfortunately for Itsu, all those Electro Dragons are just stacking up on top of each other, which is a perfect target for the Eagle Artillery, hammering away at them as they try to get a few more percentage points out here on the edge of the base. But it's looking like this attack is going to fizzle away. Itsu, the final attacker for the Blue Dragons, will be holding in strong at that 14-star count. The Blue Dragons will retain the percentage lead, but it's going to be up to Ken now to try to turn things around and get the victory for the Red Balloons.
That's right, and as you saw, that chain lightning wrecking 3 or 4 buildings all at once, destroying them all, and then the death damage, grabbing that 81% on Ken. And yes, the crowd goes wild, of course. That was still a good attack. I mean, you're attacking a max 12. That is not an easy feat to accomplish. And of course, it is Itsu. Itsu is well known, and he shared it with me before the stream that he's got a lot of pressure on himself. He does it to himself, but yet again, his reputation of being a good attacker kind of gets in the way of that as well. It adds a little extra pressure. Plus, there being an audience, let's just be fair. If any of us were out there attacking, we would have a little bit of jitters as well. So all the respect to all these players, regardless of the results, they're doing a fantastic job. And we're now at 14-14 still. It's still tied, Woody. Give us the lowdown. I'm mind blown a little bit.
Absolutely. So we've just got one more attack. These teams are tied at 14-14, but the Blue Dragons have a damage percentage lead. They got an 85% hit on Ken's base, so Ken now has to return fire and get at least 85% to tie it up against Itsu, and preferably more than that if he wants to go for the win.
That's right. So I say that before we actually get in there and have a chat and start the last attack, we need to talk to Itsu. I mean, his attacks are always so tactical. His attacks are always so tactical that it's hard to dissect them. So Itsu, give us an idea. Give us a lowdown of what happened during that attack.
So I saw everyone attacking the base with this attack strategy. And I like the idea of that, since you're taking out the Eagle, a lot of air defenses, and a lot of expos as well on that base. So I thought I could do the same, but I was a bit greedy on the troop space with not funneling the archer tower, which in the end, kind of messed up the attack. When the king goes inside, the warden would follow the king. Then I could use like warden and king together with the bowlers inside, since the warden went around because the king did not went in. And I think in the end, only pretty much the eagle and the one AD stood. So I think this, next time.
Yeah, next time, man. Well, like you said it, I mean, it all came down to maybe one extra troop helping out with that funnel. And that's what we can all take away from this, is that regardless of our level, it's the fundamentals that usually goes wrong. It's the funnel, or it's the wall breakers, or something along those lines. So Itsu, thanks for the attack. That was an awesome attempt on a max Town Hall 12. And you know what? Good job, man. Good try.
Thanks.
And we've just got one more left to go at this point, Klaus. An 85% hit so far on Ken's base. Ken has to beat that number now. He's got to either go for the 3-star if he possibly can, but getting at least 85% will ensure a draw. Any more than that, and it'll be victory for the red balloons. If he fails to do so, though, hey, the blue dragons may have failed to get the 3-star at that last attempt, but they're still winning on percentage.
That's right. So,
and it's 100,000 gems on the line too. Tell us about that prize again.
That's right. So 100,000 gems to one of these teams, whoever wins.
For each of them.
Yeah, for each of them, and
to
not
share.
just for them. To share. Woody is all over it, but he wants me to share. Yes, everybody's going to benefit. So again, be sure to subscribe. And the ones that do not win, 50,000 gems for them as well. And then 75,000 for us. For some reason, thank you, Supercell, once again. So let's have a chat with Ken now. I actually buzzed him and threw him off and then came back. So here we are. Ken, I think it's very, very obvious who you're going to attack.
Lady B?
Okay. No, don't do that.
I'm going to attack Itsu. Yeah.
Attacking Itsu. Okay. And you know what? We're all on the edge of our seats, even us that are standing. So best of luck to you, and show us what you're made of.
Yeah, I try my best.
Good. Okay, so he is queuing up his attack. He is getting ready again. He must get better than an 85% 2-star on Itsu's base to win the war. This could go either way. We've seen some excellent, fast 3-stars. We've seen some attacks that look like they're doing amazing, and then they fall short. So it could go either way. Woody, I'm freaking out right now. I'm so excited.
Well, let's just go ahead and jump right in then. Let's keep it grounded, even though Ken is going to be flying high. He's got 3 lava hounds, 27 balloons for this parade to start soon. And where's he going to start with the heroes, do you think? Do you think he'll be able to take out some of the air defenses first?
Well, I was going to say exactly where the Giants actually ended up, but he's got his wall wrecker going in right there. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to break in. He wants to secure the 1-star, because you don't want to get an 86% 1-star, because that won't actually add in. You have to get the 2-star here. Okay. But also, because he's using Lalo, he really needs to get rid of at least 2 of these air defenses, preferably the enemy queen and the enemy clan castle. And then if he's really lucky, skillful, he'll also get rid of this eagle artillery, and then after that, Lalo triple.
Okay, fair enough. He's got that CC pulled out, going to deal with the rest of these lava pups as quickly as he can. That Archer Queen just out of range, not being able to get any shots off there, but it looks like Ken's forced to use his own Archer Queen's Royal Cloak ability. Takes out the Archer Queen on the other side of the map, but will he be able to finish off either of these air defenses? That's a crucial hit that he needs.
Yes, and unfortunately, this queen decides that she wants the clan castle.
Both of them.
Whoa, what happened? Yeah, that the queen's special ability, when she pops that Royal Cloak, little archers come out, and those little archers coming in the clutch. This game is so tactical and strategic. Any little thing can turn the attack one way or the other. So, yeah, he got everything he needed, and now I'm sure he wanted that expo as well. But, I mean, he got so much done with that kill squad that this Lalo attack is
going down.
It's going, yeah.
It's happening. Ken had the perfect hit to start with here. Remember, he only needs an 85% to tie things up, and anything more than that will get the win for the red balloons at 73% and tearing apart the center eagle artillery, and plenty more balloons left on along the edges. It looks like he's not far, Klaus.
No, he's very close, to be honest. I mean, those expo, seeking air mine on that last group of balloons. This expo will handle all of the lava pups out there. The balloons all teetered out. What happened? Where'd the balloons go? Okay.
Hold on.
This is the perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, of why percent matters. You have seen it here first, folks. It is 80% 2-star. He has only one minion that he can deploy left. For some reason, the pups don't like the king. Well, kill the king and then move on from there.
So many minions along that top side, and there's no defenses for those structures.
I know.
This might be a race against the clock, though. Ken needs to get 85% for the draw, and anything more than that for the win.
That's right. So the king finally goes down. Now all the pups are making their way toward this Elixir storage. You saw that Inferno Tower shoot one of them down. It's an 85%.
It's a draw right now.
And oh no, that's the win for the Red Balloons with an 86% 2-star. And it looks like he's actually going to top it off with an 87% 2-star, possibly even the 88, just to put it down. There you go, 88% 2-star, and still with 5 seconds remaining. How far is he going to push this thing?
Oh man, it looks like he just gets the 88. A few more shots against that Dark Elixir drill, failed to connect, but nonetheless, Ken has done it. Didn't get the 3-star, but that was not necessary. With a higher total destruction percentage, the Red Balloons are your winners.
That's right, with only 0.6% total destruction spread, we have a victory. Red Balloons 14-14. We could not have asked for a closer, more clutch war. I cannot believe our luck. I mean, honestly, that was some amazing gameplay. I was, once again, joke overrated here, on the edge of my seat. I was enjoying the heck out of that war, and you saw it here, folks. That was an amazing war, and now we can say war over, and it was over. Crazy close.
I don't have to eat my microphone. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Nobody wanted to see that, especially for your sake. But it was so very close. Less than a 1% victory for the winning team. It all come down to just 3 buildings. That whole war, 20 attacks, 10 people. 10 people, 5 on each team, and it came down to 3 buildings at the very end. That was a nail biter.
Pinpoint precision, very well done to Ken. Definitely took the sweep for his team in an extraordinary way there at the end. Congratulations to the Red Balloons for eking out a victory at the very last second. They'll each be able to go home with 100,000 gems, so big congratulations to them. Make sure to subscribe to them on any form of social media that they're blasting out on, because they'll be giving those gems to you, their fans. And also the losers will get 50,000 gems nonetheless. They came up close, but couldn't quite clutch it at the end. The Blue Dragons still will have quite a few gems, and I think we will too. Klaus, where are you going to give yours away?
75,000 gems given to each caster for all of their subscribers, and you'll find me on YouTube. You'll probably find Woody on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, so wherever you can find me.
All the links are down below in the video description. And now we need to get onto the field. We need to let our boy D-Man, just wrap this thing up. But first of all, thank you all for having us. Woody, absolutely enjoyed it. Thanks for casting, and let's send it over to D-Man.
Great stuff, guys, and wow, what a finale we had there. So very, very close to the perfect war. So close, everyone was tense backstage. But Itsu, it didn't happen, unfortunately, and just a couple of percent was all that separated it. What a game.
I will remember always to funnel better in the future attack, so that's all I have to say, I guess.
I mean, a fantastic performance from all the team, really, overall. What is your overall takeaway from, obviously, this Town Hall 12 Update Live play?
That you have to think out of the box, like the tech Ivor came up with, the Electro Dragons and all the stuff. So that was really nice. And as always, it's a team effort. So it was a really great team. And all of them were really good players. So that was really nice.
Well, fantastic stuff. Let's now talk to the winning team, the Red Balloons. After a very, very close finish there, Ken, it was tight. There was just a couple of little units left. What was going through your mind when the last couple of units were dying off there? And you're like, what have I got left?
Well, it was very nervous because it is very, very difficult to funnel in. And luckily, the 2 tower of air defense was taken down, and then I go through the balloon. Yeah, it's very lucky.
Yeah, because you suddenly just lost all your balloons at once, and it was just like, oh my God. What do you think of the rest of your team? What do you think of Town Hall 12 overall? How do you feel it played out?
I think my team is the best, and they do a very, very good job, and I must thank them for the trophy. And yeah,
Yeah, for the Town Hall 12 update, and it was fascinating. And the new strategy for defending and the new level of troops for building a base and attacking, I think it will attract more and more players.
Well, I mean, I think we should just bring the check out and obviously get the money for you guys. It is, of course, 50,000 gems to the Blue Dragons. You know, all credit in the end. It was just a small percentage that made the difference. Of course, the 50,000 gems won't just be going to the players, it's going to you guys, the community. And we should talk about the winners here, the Red Balloons. They're going to be getting 100,000 gems. So be sure to follow them all on YouTube, on Twitter, however they're going to be giving them away. You're going to want to get involved, that is for sure. Absolutely fantastic stuff overall. Thank you very much for joining us here at the ESL HQ for the Town Hall 12 update. It has been a fantastic tournament. I hope you look forward to playing it. You're going to be getting it soon.